Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 19th episode of Ashen Waste. And in case that number sounds off to you, it's because we had an 18th episode, but I got corrupted by accident. So, here we are. As
And
the
that,
party left off. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
and in case you guys are wondering, nothing major happened. We just had a run-in with three wyverns that got scared and left after a bit of misunderstanding, and then we made it to
Way of putting it.
Qigong, and we're just talking about
Hmm.
some things, and Lou got promoted to 3 star with the rest of the people, and we're just gonna pick it up where we left off.
It
Alrighty.
was an official
That's
3 star. It was like we
Yeah,
give you the rank, you have to learn. Type of deal. Not a lot of okay, maybe a little bit of the responsibility, but
basically, yeah. But we are
he
going
was.
to be able to take 3 star missions.
Yes. With that in mind, as the party finally entered the Drow den of Qigong, they ushered in by a all very pale elfin figure, very different from what they had previously heard of regarding the Drow, who predominantly have like an obsidian black to a very dark gray sort of coloration to the skin with white hair. This figure had a more fair complexion, very pale skin with white hair, who allowed them in after a little bit of a conversation with the merchant Altron and expressing a sense of familiarity with the man. And as they made their way in, they quickly split up, which is what led to Lu, Straight, and Meshuda being issued the rank of conditional 3 stars, especially in Luke's case, in his interesting decisions as so-called leader of his little troop. And Styoda going off to monitor the box, which this campaign has apparently been revolving around.
This campaign
what's
has
in the
been
box?
revolving around a lot of boxes, not just the box.
Everything comes down to boxes.
What is in the box?
What is in the box?
Money, 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 money.
Let's see. Um,
We're talking about the scroll or the rabbit becoming the liaison.
yes. Your supervisor slash liaison was offered to you by way of a very small mouse-like critter individual
They
who
love their job.
said that they could offer to observe and supervise, as explained by the disembodied voice of what you could imagine is a member of Scouts headquarters. They will not be involved in combat unless it is explicitly to protect civilians. Otherwise, you'll be left to your own devices for the most part.
No offense, but are you the best person to be our liaison? Because again, no offense, but
That's taken.
you seem to be a person who enjoys drinking, and I'm
Yeah.
one of them. But I need someone to learn off. A
Yeah.
person who can he's calm, collected, and responsible. I don't need another person to just feed off, because I get an idea, because if we are gonna be great friends, but I'm not gonna learn a lot from you. That's what I'm getting from you. But if you are a person that can control it himself and are calm and collected, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm more than happy to work with you.
Mm-hmm. That it? Picking his ear.
Mm. Is there supposed to be anything else?
I'm just asking to see if you had any other problems with the arrangement.
No, that's it. Just trying to learn, become better.
He shrugs. He shrugs at you. Okay. Well, let's get going. Make sure you got your missions and everything ready, and then I'll just hang around. Make sure you don't do anything stupid.
Uh,
May not need to wait that long.
I look at this embodied voice and say,
Again, it's taking the form of an unseen servant, so there literally is nothing there. You just get like the vague impression of like
yeah,
ripples in the air.
um, is this a good idea? Who is she? Who are you? Anyways,
Name's Mont Blanc. Glad you finally asked. Mont Blanc is the fourth star. They've been with us for a very long time and
a
a
4
little
star.
eccentric, but yes, for the most part they are. I I would say harmless in social encounters, but yes, they're a relatively level-headed individual. They just like drinking whenever they're in a situation that involves a lot of drink.
Hmm. All right.
We all got our sins, buddy. And I've been at this long enough to got plenty of them. He
Not
is
gonna argue with
also
that.
also a cleric, so he refuses to say the name of whatever deity they worship. All any of us can assume is that it's not any of the traditional ones most people worship on the wastes.
Uh, about the scroll that leads to the end tavern.
Yeah.
How much was it to get another one?
Had to think about that for a second. It'll cost you around 200 gold pieces each time, so less than expected pricing for most scrolls of that type, but it
Do you have
is
another one?
required. I do, although I think I already gave one to each of your companions, so I don't see why you would need a fourth.
Oh, I thought you just gave me one, not one for everyone.
Did I hand one to? Did I hand one to you? I think I did.
No, you just
Which one?
hand one to Lou.
Pretty sure I did. Yeah. Yes, I'm pretty sure I handed one to each of you guys.
Okay,
So
then never mind.
sorry, I should have Lou each get one. Rewind.
You will. How much was the scrolls? Just asking for the next time.
200 gold pieces.
And you were talking about an smithy before we got interrupted.
Yes, there is a smith in the lower levels of Qigong. I believe. Let's see if I can remember this correctly. If you go out of the inn, take a right, about 2 blocks, take another right, and then I think there should be a set of stairs or an elevator. I forgot which one it is. They've been making these platforms everywhere lately. Write it downwards, and then when you get to the lower levels, just follow the sound of clanging metal and the smell of smoke.
Thank you very much. Just one last question. Does the scouts have a intelligence network that I can hire?
We do have our own version of obtaining information. Depends on what you're looking for, but I wouldn't say that it's quite as extensive as previous empires may have been, given the difficulty of accurately mapping out and understanding the area we are in.
I have already talked with uh, the owner of the Ends Tavern about this particular sword, the Platinum Fang. I'm looking for information about the sword. So any new information I will be willing to pay for. I have already have all the information you have. If there are any new information about it, but its whereabouts, I am willing to pay for it. Anything. It doesn't matter how small it is or how big it is. I am willing to pay for it.
You can just barely over. The sound of the tavern has resumed, so you don't hear anything from the figure for a solid minute. Before you hear, let's see, relic of the Church of Bahamut. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mhm. That's a platinum shield. That is a platinum. That's scratched out. Aha! Platinum Fang, a relic of the Church of Bahamut, recognized as a holy symbol of the dragon god and history. Aha! Last known location is in the city of Derlith. Hold on, let me grab a map. Okay. City of Derlith is no longer existing. It vanished during the war, so its last known location would be in. So, puts it around the Acid Lake. Might. Yes, the city of Derlith is located near where the Acid Lake is located today. There are some rumors that had the old hero Constantine taking the weapon to the capital for leaving with an unidentified package. So your best bet is in the Acid Lake to the northwest, and other than that,
Uh,
possibly in Four Thrones themselves. It seems like most of these records are from the old war or before the old war days. So a lot of this stuff is very old information, but it seems to say the Acid Lake would be your best bet, and if not, checking the Four Thrones, which should be opening up rather soon, I believe, for trade.
yeah, I got that information at the Ward's End Tavern already. Uh, I'm looking for new information. So if any scouts come across it, I am willing to pay for it. And also, can I get into the Four Thrones with my 3 stars, or with the help of Sir? What were your name again?
Mont Blanc.
Blank.
Mont Blanc.
Oh yeah, Sir Blank. Can we just get uh, in the Four
I can
Thrones
I
with?
can get you in. I don't think you'd want to be there. It's not the safest place, but I mean, sure.
Okay then.
Well, I guess you'd be heading there anyway for missions. So yeah, it should be easy enough. As long as they accept your provisional promotion, then yeah, you should be fine.
I'm so that is Mont Blanc your name, or is it like name and last name? Because I wanna call you Sir, so I wanna know.
That's my name. I don't have a family name because I don't remember my family.
Okay,
One of those
Sir
things.
Sir Mont Blanc, it is. Shall we?
Sounds good to me. I shrugs and looks up at you and looks it straight.
You wanna ride
Never mind.
on my shoulder?
No. Thought about it, but nah. I don't know you that well yet.
Okay.
Oh,
What about my wolf? I got a wolf outside.
ooh, like wolves.
Okay.
Walks out, spring in his step, kind of little feet, kind of pip, 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 pip.
Okay, thank you. See you around. And just
Oh
walk out.
well.
Just walk out and has he found wildfire or
Oh yeah, no, he's already all over Wildfire, scratching under his chin. The wolf's just kind of like leaning into it, showing his chin, wagging his tail, looking all happy.
hmm, he likes you.
You slip of the tongue, say she, and Wildfire gives you the dirtiest look a wolf can give.
I'm sorry. You know I'm not good with she and he.
Mount Blanc just kind of, that's fine. I'm a nature priest, so most animals like me.
Okay, you wanna ride him?
Sounds good. Hop, just a big ol' hop. It kind of slowly floats down into the air and lands on Wildfire's haunches. Kind of sits on. Ooh, comfy.
Who's a good boy? I will buy you a bacon later.
Your wolf is very distrustful, you know.
Oh come
He's
on!
not, he's
You know I will
not a
buy you
happy boy.
bacons. I said sorry.
Still
Okay.
owe my warbounder some food, as
I
well as a name.
actually hold on. I will go back and buy bacon. I will go back into the inn and buy bacon for
you
her.
buy a full, you buy a full rasher of bacon. No, I'm
And
kidding. You get a whole stack of meat from livestock and just offer it to Wildfire. And still looking at you side-eyed.
are we better? I'm good.
It stands up, nudges its head against you. It's going.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's just go to the blacksmith so I can improve my weapons a bit. Then we are going to go do our thing. Okay? Okay, let's go.
It follows you.
Are you coming, Mishuda?
I think Nick is
Mishuda
still out. So
and Nick is not
You get
here
to take
yet.
it.
Okay, then I am going to switch to you coming, cuts.
sure, I'll come along.
Okay, let's go
I'll
to the
come along
blacksmith.
too, said Miss Shooter.
We are going to the blacksmith.
Okay. You head on over, following the disembodied voices directions, taking a right, and right. Ooh,
Hopefully not weird.
excuse me. Goodness, taking a right, and then another right. And then you find a large sort of platform where lots of people are getting on. There's definitely space enough for a few more. They all look like they order themselves into a neat little. So they're all on the platform without pushing or anything. There's just barely enough space for the rest of you to get on. You notice one person standing next to a large lever pulley system. They kind of look over and wave. They wave to you. And you hear a very gruff sort of voice like, "You coming on or not?"
Yeah, hold on. Just get on super fast.
You you power walk forward, get on top of the platform, and the very burly drow just kind of pulls the lever, and instantly you feel the whole thing kind of rock slightly before slowly starting to, and you start to lower beneath the very loud, boisterous upper layer of the den of Qigong and into the lower recesses of the den itself. It's dark down here, very much so. There is the light from the pale blue light from the bioluminescent fungi that grow all over the place, but the bright purple crystals that line the streets above are nowhere to be seen. It's very soft, very dim lighting. And as the platform ends at the bottom, you all start to make your way off, and you find yourself in a large, it's like a ravine. It's a very large ravine that leads into huge tunnels that people are walking into, and you can just tell from the scope of it and how you kind of notice the like outcroppings or outlines of some houses within the tunnels themselves. This is a very big place. And the upper levels are much easier to navigate because while there's a lot of them, the roads are pretty massive and there's not that many in actuality. So you could tell that up top is mostly the sort of outward presentation towards outsiders. The lower levels definitely seem to be just like the residential areas for the vast majority of people here.
Is there like is this the slums of the city, kind of, or is it just cramped?
Make it.
I'm asking Mount Blanc.
Well, no, they got their own share of like richer folk down here. It's I think the tunnels are kind of ordered based on like who's more affluent, but for the most part, people just live together. The drow never really had. Like, he's motioning wildfire onwards towards your right. He's just talking as he's going. The tunnels usually like are kind of ordered, but before the war, the drow never really had like a super um, monetary hierarchy. You had the high priestess, you had her retainers, you had the den mother and a couple other women in power, and then the rest were the women who work and live together as quite literally a hive mind, well, not hive mind, but hive community with Lolth as the goddess, and then all the men were the ones that were just kept farthest away, and they were the slaves for everything. So,
Oh,
no,
speaking of
it's
which, I'm gonna just grab the book that I bought and look for the enemies and allies of Spider Queen.
Lolth the Spider Queen.
Everything that is of note about Loth herself, his allies, and his enemies, and and her relationship to other gods, especially with Bahamut.
So there's a lot in here. Roll, I don't know, like a D100 to see how much of the information you can read and retain before you make it to the blacksmith, because it's not a small book. Like it's got a lot of content in it.
I'm
Book
just
itself feels rather thin, but there's a lot of stuff in there.
No, I'm just skimming for now. I'm gonna go over it in
Oh,
detail
skim. Okay.
for
63.
before the after we settle down for tonight's rest.
Let's see. Uh, so you're skimming, which kind of messes with the result a little bit, but you get the gist of it as Lolth, the Spider Queen, the Queen of Spiders, Queen of the Demon Web Pits, and the Dark Mother, is a goddess of cold cruelty, not out of place in the darkest depths of the endless abyss, reveling in betrayal and bloodshed, and toying with everyone from her minions to her victims. She not only enjoyed, but thrived upon torture, destruction, and death, whether personally performing it or causing it. Every action was ultimately done with malice, ill will seething from her every move, and even those who knew her well could be surprised by just how deep her viciousness went. It is well recorded that in the vast array of pantheons and even the dark Seldarin, which Lolth considers herself the master of, just about no one likes her. They just deal with her because she's a pain in the ass to deal with. And they hope that they are not the next target of her malicious intent.
I think Nick came on.
Did, and then there we go.
Yo,
Dark
Nick and Nick.
Oh, super white noise. You okay there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, barely. It's there's a lot of background noise. Sounds like you have a
Sounds like
mic
you're on
up
an
against the
airplane.
computer. Like the mic is pressed up against the
It
computer.
does sound like a
while-
lot of it.
It's like you know the old jack-in ports for phones. It's like it's gone in but halfway through. That's gone nice.
So what I missed?
Not too much. After you guys got your provisional promotion, Lou asked a couple more questions, and you were all making your way into the lower levels of the Qigong to meet the smith and Lolth. I mean, sorry, Lou was reading information about
Meet
Lolth, the Spider Queen. Lolth.
Boss
L-
music?
Loaf,
Lolth showed up. No,
Loaf,
Lou
our
was reading
new
about Lolth.
Loaf, our new party member. She is a level 20 shapeshifter, but she prefers to be in a spider queen.
Other than the information that Lolth is an absolute butthole who nobody likes in the entire vast array of gods in this entire multiverse, you also find out that she has a interesting tendency to instill in her worshippers, the Drow, who are the people she literally created by torturing normal elves. They have a very large tendency to make up naming conventions based on her, though notably, none of them would ever dare call themselves Lolth directly, because to do so is seen as utterly blasphemous, due to the fact that anyone who ever tried to name themselves or their children Lolth had that individual captured by the Spider Queen and, let's just say, damaged.
Good things.
Good things, all good things.
Positive thing.
Never good things.
Like
So yes, the only thing you can read from this book, the only thing you get, which is all of it, is that she is the exact. Bahamut stands for mercy and loyalty and perfecting oneself and being greater than your base desires. Lolth is the absolute just fuck all that noise kind of goddess.
so.
Exactly what you do not like as a paladin of Bahamut.
Yeah. After
She is your god's rival.
not
No,
exactly,
that-
but yeah.
Bahamut is considered a middle tier, almost a greater tier deity. Lolth is very much a lower level of divinity. So, not a rival, but definitely directly opposing his desire for order and law.
Yeah, she is a rival in morality, like opposite
She is.
of morality of
Yeah.
Bahamut.
Bahamut is lawful good, Lolth is chaotic evil.
You like the exact opposite end of the spectrum.
And any person who's read a religious text for longer than 5 minutes can tell you that chaotic evil gods are so chaotic and evil they backstab each other because it's funny.
So
They do
Because
not make
why not?
friends.
because why
They do
not?
not make friends. Yeah, they don't make friends. They're just like, okay, you're useful, and then they stab you in the back, and then, oh no, I need you for something, and then I stab you in the back. It's a whole thing.
We're useful.
But I'm
Outgrew
still
it.
going to fuck you up.
Stab.
That's how
You were
chaotic they
useful
are.
once. Stab. Stab, stab.
No, they stab each other when they are useful. That's how chaotic they are.
You
Not
know what?
after they are done.
Roll like a religion check for me as you're reading this, and you're just like, oh my god, she sucks.
Where
You can
physically.
I wanted to say you can see Lou's face like distort
Absolutely
in
disgusting.
disgust as he's like reading this shit. 21.
21. There was an older god from before the Old War that was kind of mentioned in in the sort of schooling you received as a paladin of Bahamut, and you learned about a god named Groomsh, who is the god of a species of creatures known as orcs, who you've never really encountered, or anyone's really seen in a long time. And he is known as another god of bloodshed and war. He's also known as a very evil god, but Grumsh is recognized as a god who is so angry and full of hate towards everything, he will mindlessly kill anyone. Lolth specifically wants to toy with her food. Is that basically, she wants to toy with her food and make it suffer. So Grumsh will kill you. She'll kill you after playing with you for a bit. Very big difference.
Is that the same Grumshwanai? Wasn't he the god of the forge?
Grumsh One Eye is the god of a lot of things for the orcs. He is the main god in their pantheon, I believe.
Okay, cool. Yes. Anything about a specific enemy that we can find and ally ourselves with, in case we have to
if you
deal
want to
with
find an
them?
enemy, if you want to find an enemy to a chaotic evil god who lives in the abyss, which is like the most chaotic place in the entire known creation,
Look
you
around
basically pick up a stone and throw it, and you'll probably find somebody.
I'm not just
Just
gonna.
open up your eyes just a little bit more. You'll find somebody.
I am specifically looking. I have to be more specific with my questions. I'm specifically looking for someone that we can actually deal with, not someone that is chaotic, evil, and we don't know if we can. We definitely can't trust, but if we can survive our deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone like neutral or even good that are opposite of love.
The best way, the most notable sort of enemies that you could actually pinpoint is like these are people directly opposing Lolth as the spider goddess would be members of the Seldarin. You rolled high at both times. So basically, Lolth is the goddess who belongs to the pantheon known as the Dark Seldarin. She, and along with a few others, split apart from the Seldarin, which is the overarching name for the pantheon of elves, as in dark elves, normal elves, and so on and so forth. Well, high elves, wood elves, so on and so forth. She split from them, became Dark Seldarin. So any of the normal Seldarin would be like, specific gods of elven kind. So there's a whole lot of them. There's a whole bunch of them. And they are all neutral or good in alignment.
Okay, then I have to do a little bit of research next time we try to sleep.
Exactly. As you read all this and you finally make your way to the blacksmith.
Okay.
You
I'm just gonna walk in and say, excuse me. Excuse me, is there anyone in here?
There's a very loud clanging in the back, very rhythmic beating of hammer upon metal, and a large gout of flame constantly exuding from the back of the shop. And as you enter the shop, you notice that the outside of it kind of had sort of spider dormant around it, but very faded, not nearly as obvious. First glance, there is no door to the place. It's more like a curtain of beads of a dark purple and black coloration, which are very hard to notice against the very encompassing darkness within these tunnels. And as you enter and you hear the clanging and you see around you this an empty floor with very little shelves, and even they have very little items on display. It's very bare sort of area. And again, you mostly just hear the clanging coming from the back, and you see the flames.
How is the quality of the items?
The items you can see look pretty dusty, like they haven't been touched or even looked at in a while. Some of them look like they've been haphazardly placed. And you do pick, if you do pick one of the weapons up, roll me an investigation check as you kind of pick it up and test the weight and kind of give it a little flick to see how like the durability of this thing. You grab a dagger,
Investigation.
fairly normal looking dagger. It
11.
feels and seems like a pretty basic weapon. Like you don't notice anything special about it at all.
Okay. Just gonna make my way to the back because he's not hearing me. Or she, I don't know.
You head towards the back and you poke your head around and you feel the heat blasting your face almost instantly, more than before. This is like almost like a gentle warmth. Like it was warm down in the shop. But the moment you stick your head and look into the back room, there's like a blast of heat wave just over your face, and you can just barely make out amidst a very bright forge filled with almost like lava and bright yellow orange flames, a shadowed figure just slamming hammer to metal, holding a white hot piece of metal on top of an anvil as they keep hitting it, slamming it into shape very slowly, working this piece. They don't notice that you came in or called for them, and you could imagine because of the sheer amount of noise coming from this pretty big furnace.
Uh, but what is the race of this person?
You can't tell. You just see a silhouette against fire. It's a lot of fire.
Then I'm going to go closer.
Walk in close, and they're not turning towards you because they're just focusing on their project.
Any kind of sign? Any features that I can recognize?
Start getting closer, and you start acclimating to the heat, and just opening your eyes a little more and trying to look at the person. You do notice very rippling arms, very thin, rippling musculature. I wasn't gonna say muscles. I was saying musculature.
Muscles. Yeah,
Some
new
muscle.
word, muscles.
Muscles. No, you notice very
Small
rippling
muscles.
musculature on a fairly thin frame, uh, almost wiry, sort of thin. The muscles show as they hold the metal in their gloved hand, and they slam the hammer on top of it over and over, and you see um, gray hair, very long gray hair that almost reaches down to this figure's back or lower, and a pair of what looks like goggles on their face, and you do notice very pointed ears as they're constantly slamming again, again into the metal.
Sir Drow. I'm assuming he's a Drow.
Are you saying this at a normal volume?
No, I'm shouting. I just don't
Yeah,
want to shout into my
you
mic.
shout. It's just like hello, and the person kind of, as they're holding the hammer up for another blow, they stop. They kind of turn to you, and you don't see any facial features, just like a mass of blackened soot across their face. And they kind of pick up the metal, which you now has been kind of half beaten into the shape of a sword, stick it into a vat of oil to quench the blade, put their hammer down on the anvil, just kind of like very sharp wave towards you, gesturing towards the front of the shop. As they start to wipe their face with the back of they lift their goggles and wipe their face with the back of their leather or large glove that they have on their hands and make their way towards the front of the shop.
Okay, I'm gonna go back into the front of the shop. And as
And
But while he's doing that, can I also check the weapons? Just because
Sure.
I have,
an
because I have, what is
investigation
it?
check.
I have proficiency with smith tools, so when I
Yeah,
investigate weapons, armor, and all that,
you can
I can actually look a little bit deeper.
I believe it gives you extra bonuses. Wait, Lou, don't you have Smith tool proficiency as well?
I just wanted to say, yeah, I have that
Oh, well,
too.
Well, let me double check. If you proficiency with artisan's tools lets you add your ability, yeah, proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make using the tools in your craft. Oh, okay, so it's just proficiency. But yes, I can investigate. 15. 15.
15 plus what?
Straight this. Say you pick up a sword this time because you're used to swords, you know. Swords. Pick up a sword. It feels balanced enough, but it just looks kind of shabby. You kind of hit the tip, so one of your weapons just kind of test the way the ring sound, and you kind of give it a couple swings. It does not feel very good, or at the very least, it does not feel like it's been taken care of and has been allowed to kind of worsen over time.
Deteriorate.
And right then you see Lou come in, followed by a person, maybe like 5'7", 5'8", very dark, almost blackened, black from soot, facial arms and body, and an apron which is absolutely covered with this stuff. And you notice as they're kind of wiping at their face with the back of their hand, you do see almost a dark gray, almost purplish gray, sort of skin tone, and a pair of amber golden eyes, kind of looking at you. And as they kind of run, and then they pick up the glove off and in their hand through their hair, and where they ran their hand, you notice some of the dark gray of their hair is disappearing and giving way to just the vague hint of white. Their palm of their hand is now covered with soot, and they just kind of, toy with it. Can I help you?
Yes. I'm sorry about that. We called you out, but the hammering noise didn't let
Yeah.
us call you out.
Oh, no, I get it. I usually don't. What do you want?
I take out my shield and put it on the counter. I was wondering if you can do a little bit of modification for me. Maybe change the metal of it if you have anything better, or if you know how to do uh, how to work with adamantium. Was it? How much do I have again?
100 and something nuggets. You okay? What is is it like you said? I know the shield folds. Is it completely unfurled right now, or is it folded?
Uh, it's folded.
Oh,
I
then
have
what the
a
fuck?
I have a couple of adamantium nuggets too. If you know how to deal with them, if you know how to deal with them, we can just coat it in adamantium if we have enough.
She furl, she furls a brow and she's like, "This is a buckler. How do you
Oh,
want to make a buckler any better?"
I just hit it, hit the mechanism, and it just opens up with a
Opens up and to reveal the
ting.
full face. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Picks it up, kind of studies it. Getting soot all over the shield. What is this made of?
Right now, it's just normal ass iron.
Normal iron. It certainly looks like it's made of normal ass iron. I don't know why the fuck you'd want something like this. Alright, whatever. Said you had what now? You wanted to put adamantium on it? You got the money for that?
I have the nuggets for it. I just don't know if we have enough to coat it with it. I have about this much. I'll show them the nuggets. Do you think it's enough for the
I'd
coat?
have to. I'd have to melt them all down, let them sit for a couple hours, melt the impurities, and then I'd be able to finally work them into something. But I mean, she looks at like the bag of almost. Oh, you have 185. She looks at the bag. I mean, if they're pure enough, I could probably just barely, put it on there. But if they're more, if they have more impurities, I'd honestly just return it to you as like a ingot of adamantium. At least that way it's more convenient than a bunch of fucking rocks.
How much does it take to process these and then put it on the shield?
To melt them down and fill out the impurities so I can get a proper mold ingot out of them, probably like hour and a half.
No, the money. How much money?
Money, I mean, let's see, for all this, if I can, I think, fucking hell. Adamantium ingots usually go for like, take it off you for, yeah, 700 for an ingot each. And if you want it on the weapon, instead, if there's enough for the weapon, I can actually do it.
So
This is made
700
of
gold for, to just melt it
For-
down and put it on the
to
shield.
ingots, yeah. And she picks it up the shield. She looks at the mechanism on the back. I mean, it's a cute gimmick, but it just doesn't seem like it would hold up. And it's cheap ass iron. I mean, fuck, dude. I'm better off making you a whole new shield with adamantium.
Okay, but these things come off actually. And I
Come
just
off.
yeah, I just can I have it? Can I have the shield?
Holds it out to you.
I take one of them and take one of the like you can just say feathers of the shield because it's
Yeah.
sections, and take one
Essentially.
of the feathers out. See, it comes out. The main thing is the mechanic part of it. That is important. The rest of it can be
Look at it.
changed.
Look at it and kind of like elbow on the table, pinch their bridge of their nose with their very soot-covered hand. I'm sorry. Did you get this from a fucking gnome or something? What the fuck? It's a piece of shit. What kind of shield? What kind of shield folds?
I mean,
That's not gonna hold up. If I hit that thing hard enough with the fucking hammer, that thing would probably fall apart in like half a second. And it's cheap ass iron. I'm surprised you probably don't even use it much because, I mean, honestly, that thing would fall apart the moment you tried. I
it
mean, and look
has
at the parts on the back of it. The
it ha-
mechanism is so tiny with all those little gears and shit. You would have to oil that almost daily just to get it to not rust.
actually it was rusted when I found it. It just
Exactly. Why do
derusted
you
it
keep
a
it?
couple of
I get that it looks
weeks
nice,
ago.
but that's a better piece to have on your fucking hearth or something. Not to oh my god. You're a dwarf?
Yeah, but why do
You
you?
sure you're not related to gnomes? This is
Why
fucking
are you
stupid as
just?
shit.
Why are you just digging into my shield? This is a family
Because
heirloom.
it's... Oh, in that case, I hope that your ancestor learns to take it, rises from the grave, and takes it back to whoever the fuck made it. Oh boy!
Actually,
Ah,
do you do you think you can do a better job?
I could do a better job than that in my sleep. It's so fucking
Can you
ramshackle.
improve the mechanism for it?
I don't want to improve the mechanism. I'm afraid it would break if I took it into the fucking forge. You know what I work with? The reason why I'm all the way down here in the middle of fuck-ass nowhere, or down in the lower levels, I'm connected to fucking geothermal vent. I got lava. I don't think that thing would last 5 seconds in my room if I was to start working at it. Okay? I got more confidence in melting that shit down and making you a very nice, I don't know, chest piece than putting some adamantium on it. That would probably work better. But putting adamantium on this flimsy ass piece of metal that literally folds and pulls off, I don't know who the fuck ripped off your ancestors, but I feel very sorry for them.
They made it.
Oh, I feel even worse. You're a dwarf.
I don't know how to feel about this blacksmith.
Oh no, she's tearing into you. She's giving you all kinds of shit. All right, big guy, or not. I can. You know what? I don't do charity cases. I'll give you. Let's see. I said 700 for an ingot each. Based on how little I actually have to work with. If there's enough adamantium to coat the whole thing, and that's all you really want, whatever. 50 for the shield and whatever adamantium's left over, if any. I feel bad touching it. I feel I feel bad for you.
You know what? Never mind. You just melt down the
Okay,
adamantium for me.
okay, that
And
sounds good. I'll melt it down for you real quick. If you want an actual weapon, then we'll talk. She takes the bag of nuggets.
just hold
Anything
on. I'm
else?
not finished.
Uh,
You've been so rude, and I don't like it.
eh,
Melt down the adamantium for me. If
uh,
and you're not gonna install adamantium, and
of
then
course not. This is the I mean, I'll know if it's the real shit based on how fast it melts, and then because once you, I mean, I hope you know this. Once you get adamantium melted down and purified, it glows because it's magical metal. So
yeah,
if it's the real deal, I ain't got no problem. But if you got ripped off by this too, I
I found it in a
I-
fucking cave guarded by a creature that said he was older than Bahamut. So I don't think I was ripped off by that one.
blacksmith kind of like purses her lips. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Walks turns around, walks into the forge room, laughing to herself.
I'm not done with you. I was. What kind
Wow.
of what kind of metal
She
do you
turns around
have?
again.
What kind of
Huh.
metal do you have that is stronger than fucking iron?
There's a lot of shit that's stronger than iron. She waves the bag. This is one of them. I
No,
have a
I
stash
know.
of
I'm just.
metals.
What do you have on you? I don't have any ores on me.
I have to check the storeroom, but I know we got a shipment of steel. I sometimes get some adamantium by accident or luck. I have silver if you want to fight. I mean, I don't think vampires still exist, but I heard silver is good for them. I have proper steel. I have some of that good old ironwood, which is tree shit that was harvested from ruins that's still better than some basic ass iron. I have, oh, fucking hell. I think I have mithril still? Maybe? A little? It's hard to come by, but I got some. And then if you want any, like, drow specific stuff, we got all kinds of things. I mean, to be honest, most drow shit usually revolves around, like, making like enchanted webs, if that makes sense. Like they get spider silk and enchant it so it's as hard as steel and makes weapons and armor. But the moment you take it out in the fucking sunshine for longer than like an hour, it loses all its enchantment. It's just a fucking pile of string, which is the stupidest shit in the world. And I'm a drow. Whatever.
Okay,
Fucking cheaper.
let's just say you make me like this. It has like 8 feathers on my shield, so make me 8 like sheets of metal like these feathers for my shield out of steel. How much that costs?
Out of steel? Alright, let me do these. She puts it down. I can't believe I'm doing this. Takes off the feathers again, because she had put them on quickly. She takes them off and just quickly measures them out. Okay. Alright. Let's see.
They are 2 by 1.
Yeah.
Just a reminder.
Yes. I could probably get you a full set of. I mean, you want these coated, or do you want them like,
No,
new?
I'm not gonna coat them yet. I
Okay,
just want the
good.
nuggets to be turned into a fucking ingot.
Alright. If I was coating with the adamantium, I think adamantium coating is expensive. Uh, Less expensive than just making the fucking ingots. Probably like 550. Well, no, because this is a set of 8. So closer to like 600 the stat, just to make sure I don't, to make sure I don't accidentally break this.
600 for the ingot and the feathers.
If there's enough for an ingot afterwards, 400 on top, so 1,000 total for the shield and the ingot.
Oh, hold on. I don't want. I don't want it coated.
Then what do you want?
I just want
You want me to?
just want the adamantium processed into the ingot. Just that. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And
Alright.
the feathers made of steel for me. How much is
Okay, so I'm
that?
replacing these. Alright, so 2x1, couple inches thick. Little tapers off slightly at the ends here. Made of pure steel. Let's see, they're about like pounds each. Probably about like 100, like 110 gold. So add in the ingot, which I had said was like 700. So ingot like 810 pieces for these feathers of steel and ingot. So 810.
Okay, 810. Just two things. I want the same marking they have on them.
Ugh,
That's my catalyst.
okay.
Also, I want you to sharpen the ends.
He looks extremely confused. I'm sorry, did you say you wanted me to sharpen your shield?
The ends of the feathers, yes.
Oh boy. Explains the tapering. Okay, that's fine. I'll do it the same way, out of steel. Alright.
Very
Give me
dwarven.
like 2 hours and a
Okay.
half. Yeah, see you then.
810. Cats, do you want anything?
No, I'm fine. I'm just. That's about it.
Uh, does that minus thing works on gold too, or is it just HP?
It does. It should work on gold. The minus 8 to 10 should subtract the proper
Yep,
amount.
it does. 8,
Yep.
487.
She heads into the back. Sorry, they head into the back and you hear the sound of. Oh, the sound of like grating metal for a second before things get quiet and then instantly you hear her hammer hitting metal again.
She is fucking rude.
It was interesting to watch, though. That's for sure.
I hope you get into that fucking situation. That is a family heirloom. My ancestor made it. And she fucking insulted it. Fuck.
I mean, I'm not sure if this is all her work, but obviously seems like she also doesn't have lots of uh clientele, I guess, coming down at least this low. Seem. Why did our guide bring us here? I wonder.
Mont Blanc is just is riding on wildfire, just kind of like wee. He looks over and says, "Huh?"
Never mind. And we
Okay.
just. So. We don't have anything to do. Wait. Do you want to wait here until she finishes, or maybe Omnia calls us? Or do you want to go back to the tavern and come back in a few hours?
I mean, good for now, so I think we could head back, or at least pick up any supplies. I still need to pick up a couple treats for a moorbounder. I still haven't the name for it.
You gotta get
It's like
on
a
that.
cat. I don't think you would react.
You gotta get on that, man. or else the Moorbounder is gonna just be called Moorbounder. It's like calling a cat a cat.
You know, funny you mentioned that. Anyways,
So, anyways, you can get
heading
the
topside.
you can get the treats at the end. So, I guess we are going to go to the end.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine with this. Unless there's another shop that we can find. Since clearly this one is not suited to your liking.
No, the geothermal vents are great for a blacksmith.
Wasn't talking about the area, that's for sure.
If she is working with that kind of anvil and forge, she knows what she is doing. I give her that, but she is salty as fuck, and she knows
I
how
mean,
to
maybe she has something against dwarves.
maybe. I mean, she knows how to deal with adamantium, and knows the properties of the adamantium. If she was like a lowly smith, she wouldn't know how to deal with that. She is at
Certainly hope.
least intermediate. At least.
But we will see when we come back.
Yeah, we will see. Let's go. Just moving back to the elevator, go back to the end.
You make your way
Actually,
back
Mashuda,
topside.
did you need anything before we headed back?
That's a good question.
I totally forgot Nick is here. I thought
Huh.
shit. I thought Nick was still gone.
Oh. Muted,
Yo, Nick.
but
Nick. Nick, my boy.
No.
Nick. Guess he doesn't want anything.
Mashuda's having a lover's quarrel with Blue. The silent treatment.
what did you do this time?
I didn't do
Who knows what
anything.
he did?
I'm sure you didn't.
Maybe it's something I
That's
didn't
always
do.
how it starts.
Maybe I didn't do something. Sometimes it's just what you didn't do, not what you did.
You forgot Mashuda's birthday.
I don't
no.
know. I don't know even anyone's
You
birthday
never
in here.
asked? Oh no.
Wow.
Your first fatal mistake.
Maybe it's our anniversary of meeting for the first time.
No.
Like
No.
1 month.
1 month after I
It's
have.
been a couple months.
That was
but
your
that's it.
month anniversary, and you
It's
don't
been
Oh
months.
remember?
no.
It's
We had
probably
month
Mashuda's
anniversary,
birthday at the
dude.
same time.
it's
the
probably
month
our
anniversary.
anniversary of me arresting her.
Terrible.
Anyways, we are going
Rookie
back to the
mistake.
end.
Ah, good time.
Yeah, I guess
I'm-
since Shuda is, I guess, preoccupied with her own head.
Yeah, I'll
Let's go
try
along.
to call Nick and see if the notification works.
Whew. She is definitely giving me silent treatment. I don't know why, but yeah, let's just go back to the end. Maybe she tries to communicate when we get back to the end. Communicate, woman.
Never say that to a woman. That's never gonna go well.
Nope.
Want to edit that little part out.
Hell no, that's the best part.
I feel like I missed the joke.
No, I said to Mishuda, communicate, woman, and and Strange was
That
like,
never goes well.
never say that. That never goes well.
Yeah, never say that to a woman. Never goes well.
You're definitely talking from experience.
Yes,
Just
my
be
mother, my older sister, twin sisters, although they
Nick is
didn't
on
talk that
phone.
much.
Nick is on his phone.
Sorry, guys.
Mashuda's alive.
Yay!
He's not
Mishuda is
giving you the silent
communicating.
treatment anymore.
Mishuda is not giving me the silent treatment anymore. Do you want anything from the blacksmith, Mishuda? Or are you just gonna continue your silent treatment?
Oh yes, but first I slap straight.
For what? What did I do?
It's your birthday.
You forgot her birthday, man!
Suddenly I'm the one in trouble.
Yeah!
Oh no, I've been in this situation before. It doesn't end well either way.
And then then I take out my light crossbow and present it to the blacksmith.
She's already gone.
She's gone, you gotta go get her from the back.
Oh, okay, good. I go over to the blacksmith.
Why was I slapped though? Like context.
The great mystery of the world. Why was I hit?
Let-
Because Mishida is a fucking tsundere.
Exactly. I was just about to say it's one of those anime moments. Something
Man,
happens
shut
and
up.
you just get
What did I
hit
do?
for no reason.
Mishida goes behind the counter, and you feel at the moment you turn the corner to the forge room, you were instantly hit with a vast heat wave that washes your senses with fire, and you you see this shadowy figure. Just a vast flame licks up all around them as they keep hitting metal upon an anvil with a hammer in their hand.
Excuse me.
You whispering?
Yes.
No fucking way they're gonna hear you.
Excuse
Just
me.
hammering away.
Ting, ting. He's fucking- I don't notice
Excuse
you.
me.
Yo, that tinnitus is kicking in real quick.
I can't
Still,
yell.
still ain't noticing.
I can't yell.
Just
like cause
could say you
because,
yell.
like, yeah. Okay, I yell.
You finally like
No.
holler, and our hammer stops right. It hits, and then the hammer stops. You see their body just like, but you don't hear the sigh. You just see their body sigh, and they look at you.
Their body
You don't
size?
see a face. You just see, yeah, like when a person's. You know how shoulders rise and fall. That like it's very
Oh
sudden.
yeah. Okay.
kind of thing. Looks at you. You don't see any facial features. There's goggles over their face, and the rest of their face is covered with blackened soot, and there's no distinctive features. And they're just
Just
looking,
like me.
put the hammer down, and they just give you a big ol' shrug, and they swing their arms out to the side. It's like, what?
I've been told you're the one who talk about upgrading weapons.
Do the shrug again and point to their ear as the fire is roaring all around you.
You gotta shout, man.
Or show the weapon.
What? I can't. Remember?
You could shout. You could show them the weapon.
Okay, so I present my light crossbow to them.
They look at you, look down at the thing, look up at you, and you notice the crossbow is pretty hot in here. Like it's actually kind of singeing your hand. You look down and you notice that the edges of it are starting to catch fire. And she shakes her whole body and arms at you. It's like, dude, really? She kind of puts her hand to her head, looks at it again, grabs it, kind of turns around, looks at you, holds up 5 fingers. And she makes a
Okay.
0 with her hand. She holds up 5 fingers, and then she makes a 0 with her hand afterwards.
30 gold.
You get 30 from 5 fingers.
I got 50 gold. I got 50 gold from that one.
You said 3,
Math,
not
strong
5.
suit.
You
Said
said
5 fingers,
Yeah, you
and
said
then making a
5.
0 with their hand.
then yeah, 50.
Fucking-
Math, not
Math.
strong suit.
I am dwarf, not mathematician. No, they hold up 5 fingers and they hold up a 0, and then are you gonna? What do you do? Measure the.
Great. I just like I'm good. Can I make an insight check?
For what?
I don't know.
What are you
whatever the
trying
heck
to
that
suss
was.
out?
Here, at least 50 gold. 50 years.
You've lost 50 years of your life.
50 weapons.
Yes, you're giving a blacksmith a weapon to forge, and they want more weapon.
No, he wants your life.
Life.
That would
Hold
be
your
that
fucking
would be a
crossbow.
cool idea though. A blacksmith that forges legendary weapons, but instead of coin, it gets your life.
There's a reason why no one knows how to make them anymore. They hold your crossbow in one hand. They look at you, hold up 5 fingers, and they make a 0 with the right hand. It's 5,
Okay,
0.
I'm gonna get out 50 gold.
They give a sharp nod, take it, stuff it in an apron, and instantly flick the crossbow over their shoulder, and it lands in the lava and just melts. They shoot you away.
What?
And
Wait.
they shoot you away and start going back working on the anvil.
Will we just lose my weapon?
You paid me to throw it away.
What's the filthy Frank meme? Get out of here, trash! Fucking.
Oh, your place, trash.
There you go. Know your place, trash. Yeah, no, he
Do-
paid her
do
50
you
gold
plan
and she
on-
tossed her crossbow in the lava.
Do you plan on getting me replacements?
They're not even looking at you, they're just banging away on the metal in the anvil. Bing, bing.
And here's the meme we are talking about.
Yep.
For the guys in the video. Know your place. Trash. I love the
Take-
pause.
So is the pause.
It's always the pause.
Can
Another great
Hey.
one.
I like?
And
I
it's like
I yell at the blacksmith again.
Yell at the blacksmith, am I getting a replacement? And they stop again, they look at you. And they don't take their goggles off. But they're holding their head just slightly canted. You get the impression that you don't have to
They're
make an
not
insight
wanted here
check.
right
You
now.
you instantly get the impression that they are giving you the world's best no shit look. Goes back to hammering on the
Not a
anvil.
sass.
a sassy, salty blacksmith.
Is this how you guys got it? Like, is this how it
Oh,
went?
he
with you
got it
guys?
worse.
He got it so much worse.
Oh my gosh.
She insulted my family heirloom. That is my
That's
shield.
hilarious.
It's turned into fucking Mushu, but instead of sassing the ancestors, she disrespected his ancestors on
The
every
sun
fucking
on
level.
you. The sun on your cow.
Exactly. She literally said, "Who made this shield? A fucking gnome?"
And
Said,
it's,
"We're dwarves." She's like, "I feel bad for your family. Whoever they bought this off of." It's like, they made it. I feel extra bad for your family. You're a dwarf.
Can I kill him?
you wanna do what now?
Remember,
Okay, I
you're
want-
in the room alone with them right now.
Hmm.
She just She just has to shove you in one of the vents, and you are dead.
Machina
I
just needs to
walked back
push her
over
into
the
the
loo
You saw
lava.
that
and, like,
crossbow that you just had in your hand that she tossed away? Yeah, that could be you next.
Yeah, no, there. You look over at the same spot where it got tossed over, and there's one last sad lava. Just a
I
sad
walk o-
bubble.
I walked back over to Lou and like, hey, can I kill him?
Can we just wait after he's done with our weapons?
Holy shit!
Not
No, I'm
recommended to
surprised.
kill the
Did
blacksmith
you? Did
in
did
the
he
middle of a
actually
hold
take your weapons? Cause he just destroyed
around
mine.
it.
Yeah, he took my shield.
I thought you
She,
still
You kept
attached
that
to it.
because she insulted it so much, though. Ooh.
I mean, I do want to kill her because how much salty she was, but at least just wait for our weapons. At least, then we see about that.
Okay, so okay, I guess we
I'd love
wait.
to see what she would come up for mine, but I'm fine.
Okay, I'm gonna wait.
She's
All
definitely
good
going
things
to
come to,
insult your weapon.
all good
You
things
know
come
it.
to those who wait.
That's fine. It's not the worst I've heard.
You wait.
And I'm
Are you
gonna
guys gonna
prepare a
wait?
spell in the meantime. I'm gonna prepare a spell in the meantime, so yes.
Take a short rest or something. Y'all gonna wait? Yeah.
We
You're
were
gonna go do
just.
something.
I love how we're just going to the end. Nick comes back. We are killing the blacksmith.
Fantastic.
Then Stright's like, wait, guys, all right, listen, all right. Don't need to kill while we're in the middle of a
We're
big
underground.
hole in the middle, like not on the outskirts. We are surrounded. We need to commit. We do need to commit felonies while we're
Commit
inside
to the
here.
bit, not the crime.
Let,
Us?
let's just go back. Let's just go back to
Suddenly,
the end.
the scouts are like, "What happened here?" Well,
Let's just
if
go
I
back
back
to
this out of the
the.
way, I tried to stop them.
Later.
What did you do? I told them not to, and after that, I didn't want to mess with it.
You look outside the blacksmith shop as you like getting ready to leave, and you just see fucking Mont Blanc kind of Wildfire's trotting with Mont Blanc riding him, looking like he's having the time of his life.
Who? The black
For some
Mont
reason, I'm
Blanc or
imagining the
the
blacksmith
Wildfire?
as
Mont Blanc.
the
Perfect.
Wildfire
Disney
just looks mildly confused at being used as a mount by anyone that's not you, but doesn't seem to mind too much as Mont Blanc is giving them many scritches.
I forgot what were they again? The drunk rabbit.
Yeah.
Or the drunk rabbit.
They're all kinds of giddy.
We wanted someone cool and collected, and we got a fucking drunk rabbit.
That sounds
Okay,
like
so
our
how
fucking
long-
party.
how long
Let's
is
play
it
one of
The hero, they don't want, but they need.
So how long have we
those.
waited?
The hero
now?
nobody wanted, but they got.
Dessert.
Well, are you guys gonna wait, or are you gonna go do something?
No, we're just gonna go back to the end because if we stay here, Mishuda is definitely going to murder that blacksmith.
Go back
Suddenly,
up the
Machina's in the mood
platform.
for killing.
Okay, I
Machina's
take
in the
Lou's
mood for killing.
crossbow.
I do not have one.
Okay, who the heck has a crossbow besides me?
No one.
That would be me.
Okay, I take Straight's crossbow.
You just fucking take it just straight off my fucking hip. All right.
Classic Mishuda. And I wouldn't say anything to her because you already got slapped once. Next time she's going to use a spell on.
Shoota, can I ask why you're taking my crossbow?
And why did you slap him?
Compensation.
The other question that I didn't want to ask myself. Thank you, Lou.
For what? Concentration for what?
I don't want to talk about it.
What did you do, man?
I didn't do anything.
I'm not talking to you.
For
I'm
once, I actually didn't do anything.
I'm whispering to straights, man. You're not a man, you're a woman.
Oh, sorry.
What man?
I knew we wouldn't be in this situation.
I'm whispering to straights that just what did you
By the way,
what
is-
did you
is
do,
Straight's
man? What
For
did
lack
you
Straight
do
for
squares
last
lack of
night?
different from mine at
audio
all.
context, I just imagine the Windows XP like startup and like all that noise. And it's just like I don't
By
know.
the way, Trumber,
Did you
is
have
his
like a
crossbow
one
any
night
different from
stand
mine?
or something? Did you leave her
No,
at
It
the
was-
bed?
Wait,
to my
Oh
knowledge,
gosh.
I didn't do
Wait.
anything.
Yeah, that's more what I was expecting.
DM.exe has stopped working. What were you trying to say?
Is Straight's crossbow any different from mine?
What type of crossbow was it, Straight?
It's a light crossbow.
The light crossbow. It's perfectly standard issue.
Okay. You know what? I don't know if I even need a crossbow. When was the last time I even used it?
Can I
Oh
have
wait,
it
when we
back
fought a
then?
dang dragon. Because Luke couldn't talk to it.
You want to talk? You just wanted to murder the blacksmith for I don't know why.
Shoot, if I could just have my like crossbow back, that'd be.
Blank is just bounding, is like on top of Wildfire and kind of bounces lightly, their little palms swaying with each bounce. Head swaying side to side. Wow, you guys are a real class act. No wonder you didn't get full promotion.
I want to wonder Mishida hears that from Strays and just slaps him again.
No, no,
Oh,
no,
no,
that
I
wasn't
did
me.
I did
No,
this.
no, no, no.
No, I know. You said I
Get
want
this
my.
straight.
You said I want my crossbow back, please, and Mishida just
Oh, that
slaps
part.
you.
No, I said I like cocked the crossbow at him.
Oh, whoa,
Cock a
whoa, 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 whoa.
crossbow.
You could
Keep
Everyone
still
was
it, keep it,
try.
Mishida, keep it. I will buy another one for Straight. Just relax, calm down. I don't know what he has done, but
Good,
let's just
I'm
forgive
on
him.
edge.
Shuda, you don't need to do this. I'm only asking for my crossbow back.
Man, you're not helping your case here. She's definitely going to shoot you. Just shut up.
I'm on edge.
Worry, I don't worry. I have disarming
Feel like
attack.
a gaga.
Don't come crying to me when you get
By the
fucking
way,
shoot.
Shiota was just sneaking around while we were all doing this, right?
Yeah.
Or
Still
was she
don't
in the
see her.
car?
Is she currently in the box? What's in the box?
Yeah,
Don't-
no, you haven't heard anything. You know that she
thought
went
we-
with Caravan Altron was driving in spider form, but you haven't heard anything from her.
Just don't come crying to me when she shoots you in the fucking knee, and you can't be an adventurer anymore.
Oh, that'd be the second place I hit.
She's definitely gonna shoot you in the dick.
I
That was a
mean,
Vegeta moment.
we can already go to this level, but I'm only asking for my crossbow back. Don't need a fight over it. It's just my property. That is all I ask.
Shiota still has all the orbs, right?
What?
Yeah.
The orbs.
Yep.
Ones that power you up. You trying to snort more booger sugar?
Yep.
Sioda has the orbs, and I have the big one.
Why don't we? Can we share the big one? Does that work?
The big one is
Wait,
probably the big
Wait,
one.
no. We
Hey,
should give
Tally,
it.
wanna
We
get
should give it
high?
to Straight. We should give it to Straight. He didn't get one.
I'm good. I don't deal with that stuff.
I don't know. Let's break down his face.
The big one is probably
no.
one use, so let's just keep it for when we want to break the threshold again, because the dude in the tavern said it gets more difficult every time we want to break the threshold. So we need more material every time.
Fine. Right. Well, what do you
Saying
suggest we
you
do?
don't want to try.
I mean, if you are bored, we can just go back to the inn and drink. Maybe you will calm down then, because you are just lashing out for no fucking reason.
Maybe.
Let's just go to the inn before she changes her mind again and want to murder someone.
Fine. Go to the inn. I can at least
My
pick
hands
up
are like
some.
sparking.
Can at least pick up some treats for my moorbounder. Then figure out a name for them.
Moorbander. Your name is Moorbander.
Moorbounder the
No,
Moorbounder.
I will not just refer to them as moorbounder.
You have
Wait,
been
Moor-
referring to them as Moorbander for
Yeah, you
You haven't
3
have, but
exactly
fucking
had the
months.
you have the
time.
whole time, yeah.
Haven't exactly had the time to settle
Why don't
on
you
the
call
It's
them
name.
been
Moorbounder?
months, man. In
What about
game
Moorbounder the
and
Moorbounder?
out game. It's been at least 1 month in game and 3 months outside of the game.
Sorry, and how many times have we been to an inn since
About
then?
6 sessions or so out of the game, right?
3 times?
We've been
I don't remember
focusing
how
on
many,
more
how many
than just
sessions
me
has
trying
he
to figure
had
out a
that
name
Moorbounder?
for my moorbounder. As in try and figure out what this whole plot with those wolves are. So
Wait,
The box is more
yeah.
insult me all
important.
you like about how long it takes for me to make up a name for my moorbounder.
Why is he rolling
Uh,
We
dice?
have also been working on other
Guys, why is he
priorities.
rolling dice?
I'd be just friendly banter, man.
Did anyone
Sorry
else
about it.
just see Trumbar roll that dice?
Yeah, I saw that. You shouldn't acknowledge that, though.
As you get back to the inn, let me grab a couple drinks and wait for the blacksmith to ostensibly be done with adamantium, which really you recognize is pretty hard to process normally. So their claim of 2.5 hours is something that you're actually quite interested in seeing if they can hold up to that. At that point, you all the doors of the tavern kind of open, and you see an elfin figure, much lighter skin tone than most drow. Definitely much lighter skin tone than drow.
Do all the drow just
With
look over at him? Like,
you are in the tavern, so right now aren't really any like drow. There aren't a lot.
oh.
Actually, no, there aren't really any drow right now. Most of them are in the actual den and enjoying the festivities. Comes in with like gray hair, looks around, waits for the entire tavern to quiet down. Excuse me, uh, anybody noticed anything unusual lately?
Take your
Depends. What do
pick.
you mean?
Gotten some reports in the last hour or so that there have been disturbances and strange noises, and we haven't really pinpointed any specific thing, but there have been a lot of disturbed people, and if you've heard anything or seen anything, that would be real nice to know. A
And
lot of
you
the scouts just kind of
are.
look at each other.
What
I'm one of the
location?
guard. I'm one of the guard over here. It's by the main hotel we have for some of our guests.
There's a
Anybody?
hotel?
Yeah, we
Why are
got.
we at the inn?
Because we are waiting and we are
Because you're not
drinking.
from here. We have a hotel for specifically catering to our people and higher ups. If you've heard anything, that would be great to know. And all the scouts just kind of look at each other like, I haven't seen anything. One's like, I've been
Well,
drinking
how do
here
we
all day.
investigate? How do we
What?
how do we investigate?
Are
How do
there
we investigate
specifics
if we're
about the
not allowed
report?
in?
Where was the last report coming from?
Mostly
Eh,
along the main street and some of the surrounding alleys. Like um, there have been a lot of strange things happening. We noticed some of the vendors were being hit with unusual water, and some of the revelers in the streets and paraders were getting knocked over by what felt like a wall, invisible wall situation. But whenever we investigated, there was nothing there. So, in case anyone's heard anything about any, I don't know, illusionists, the like, that'd be nice to know.
and who
You
do we
think that?
report
Hang on,
this
hang on.
to?
I look over to Lou, and I'm like, "Do you think this was Seattle?"
Oh,
I'm
Doesn't sound
talking.
like her.
any other drow? Well, any elf that doesn't look immediately like any elf that doesn't immediately look like a normal drow, like myself, admittedly. We are the appointed guard for Qigong right now, so you can let any of us know. It's pretty easy to spot. We look like an elf, but we don't have the same skin tone. Good?
Except you do have gray. Like,
Okay.
you have gray everywhere else except your skin.
Exactly. Alright, so let any of us know if you hear or see anything suspicious. It might be nothing. Honestly, I'm hoping it's nothing because, people do stupid shit at festivals, but just in case. Thank
We
you. This is
just
important.
we just have a couple of things to get at the blacksmith, then we are going to go and investigate because we don't have anything else to do.
Alright, thanks.
No problem.
Well, enjoy your time and please don't cause any other trouble. And if you do find something suspicious, one of us has to tell you guys every time. Please don't take care of it on your own. Let us know because we are the appointed guards for the den, and this is technically out of your jurisdiction. You are mostly just here as visitors. So please don't take the law into your own hands. We've had way too many incidents with you people, so just try not to kill anybody or cause any harm. Okay?
If
Hey.
no
Wait.
one,
Closes the door behind them and walks out.
Wait. I stop them before they go out.
Sorry, head back in what?
Then Monsieur just takes a shot and breaks it on the ground. Point me to the location.
What?
Looks at the thing. At you. Yeah, no. Closes the door, walks away.
Machida, what the fuck, man?
I'm
Oh,
bored
man.
as
Are
shit.
you trying to get killed by the fucking guard?
I'm just gonna walk out and find this hotel.
You don't
You
even
walk
have a
out and
fucking.
Don't split the party.
every time. Every time.
Every time.
We already did.
I
You walk out and
Lou is just gonna go back to the like the table and sit down.
Uh,
Can I have a round? I don't want to deal with this fucking shit.
You never do.
I have had a fucking nightmare of a day. First,
Ow.
a fucking blacksmith that makes weapons with fucking salt. Now Mishuda is doing whatever Mishuda is doing.
a
And
bottle. No, a
we
barrel, like a half-sized barrel of, you could assume to be ale, given the smell, floats towards you.
Does it
A
and
actually?
little bit of writing on the side of the barrel. It says, gold. The barrel.
how much?
It's a
And
gold
gold for the
barrel?
barrel.
10 gold it is.
Oh my
Get
god.
yourself a decent barrel of mead and ale. Sorry.
Drunk tonight.
We're gonna get
Well,
drunk
I'm
today.
immune to poison, so I don't know what y'all are worried about.
Lou immediately started drinking.
And
Okay, so where
now
am I going?
Mishuda is doing the Mishuda thing, and we haven't heard anything from Syuda. So this fucking sucks.
Mont Blanc kind of pops up.
By the way,
Pats you
which
on the
one of
arm.
us has the sending stone?
Good question.
I
Mont Blanc
have
pats you on the arm
Yeah.
and says, I totally get it. You'll be just fine as long as you don't cause any problems. Now scooch over her a bit and kind of like before you can react, puts their head right under the nozzle, fills their mouth with the ale before going back to their seat.
I was just about to
Wait, so is your
say,
ale
do you
drip?
want some?
Is
But
it dripping on the ground now?
Well,
help
that was it.
yourself
I'm
up.
good. I mean, you already fixed. You already made me sober. So I just need a little bit. You saying much of that?
So where am I going? I'm gonna find this hotel. So
You walk out into the street. Oh, I forgot to put the music on. You walk out. I can't believe that. You walk out into the street, and there are just throngs of drow everywhere. And there are people everywhere. You see a couple who aren't drow. Like there's some who look super tall. They look like they might be Goliaths, or at least related to Goliaths. Just kind of milling about, enjoying the location, a couple who look like humans, walking around, definitely dwarves, enjoying the sights and sounds and the unique food of the Underdark. There's so many damn people. If you went to your left, that would take you back to the main gates. If you went to your right, then you would, head farther down the main street.
Alright, I look for guards first.
Perception check. Because they have a very unique skin coloration, but their hair tends to fall within the same range.
That's a 6.
Yeah, there are so many damn people. You'd be lucky to find one person who, was the same height as a drow or smaller and was not the same look as them.
Alright, I'm gonna go towards the right and peruse the city.
Okay, you start walking down the main street, kind of moving with the revelers. Sometimes you almost get caught up in like a dance, as some people are dancing and singing. Some of them are drunkenly swaying very heavily before ducking into an alley to get out and then come back up, drink more and eat more. I think you'd be having fun. You head down the main street for like a minute, while at this point Lou's probably like barely halfway through his barrel. You get a couple blocks down and arrive at an intersection. Directly in front of you is a path that winds and seems to lead to the large palace sort of building near the far back of this massive cave. To the left of you seems to lead towards more dedicated shops, and then to the right of you, you definitely see what looks like lots and lots and lots of booths selling food and drink. This is where you get the biggest smells.
Are there any
of
signs?
freshly cooked. Nope. Not right now.
Alright, I think I'm gonna head towards the shops.
You head left and walk towards the shops. You see lots
Walking
of
with
them
my
selling
walking stick.
walking stick. Where'd you get that?
I've had it for ages. I'm just
I
really
see.
tired right now, so I look like an old woman.
All bundled up. No, yeah, for most shops you pass by tend to be Underdark based clothing. Some of them seem to have more merchandise you could recognize from other parts of the Ashen Wastes, like how the Gestalt Trading Company had their own merchandise, and how Celestina has its own kind. And you can based on how Lou looks, Celestina has its own unique local trade and local merchandise. You can tell there's a lot of that stuff arraying. The shops are, for the most part, closed, though. The owners themselves are probably out and enjoying the festivities as well.
Well, what's open?
The only ones that really seem to be open is a large sort of tailor. You just see a very wizened old drow woman slowly fixing up some clothes in her hand at her desk. And her hands are shaking as she's repairing the cloth bit by bit, and sewing designs into it. There is a very almost like squished building that seems to have some sort of food. I would tell you what kind of food it was. Your character doesn't recognize it. It looks like bread, but every time if someone ever takes it and kind of opens it up, whenever they or take a bite into it, the area immediately around them, and you notice because you pass through quite a few of them, pass by quite a few of them, area immediately around them gets suffused with like a flavor bomb of smells. And also notice some of them walking by with like these little resin type containers, like clear containers. Whenever they open it up, you're bombarded with an absolutely nauseating smell, and all these people seem to be coming from this little squished, dilapidated store.
As interesting as that is, I'm gonna go towards the drow woman's shop.
Enters the drow woman's shop. You open the door and there's a light tinkle of bells. Old lady kind of looks up. Hello, can I help you?
Yes. Is this is this a tailor or a clothing store? I'm sorry, I'm kind of new here.
I am a tailor. I've been at this for quite a while. As you look at her, you notice her eyes are like almost completely shut. She's kind of like, she tilts her head really high upwards to look at you. I am the tailor, yes.
Oh, do you need a hand?
Oh, I'm fine. This is my last suit for the day. I'm just waiting for the client to come back and pick it up. I think they're being a ball, based on the way this looks, or be something else. It's hard to tell.
Yes, it looks like a nice evening out tonight.
Oh, it is. I used to be in many festival, but after you turn 850, most things like that tend to hurt you more than make you feel good, so I just enjoy watching the youngsters.
Amen to that, sister.
Reaches over, grabs a little cup of water, and again, hands are horribly shaking and very gnarled in the fingers, and just kind of brings it to her lip, just takes a sip.
Are you sure you don't want some assistance? I don't mind helping you
Oh,
out so you can enjoy the
no,
festivities.
like I said, me going out there would most likely lead to me being knocked over by some poor fool dancing. No, I'm fine. Once I'm done sewing this floral pattern, I'll be going upstairs and watching the show. But if you need anything done, I'm more than glad to help you, as long as it's not something needed too urgently.
What's the thing I'm thinking of? Hey, Tomber, is there like a person who like analyzes like ancient artifacts and like is that a thing? I don't remember.
Anthropologist?
No, that's not it.
Story? Anthropologist.
This is an anthropologist analyze.
Well, anthropology is the study of old ancient societies, technically. So it is possible. I mean, Indiana Jones is an anthropologist, and he often went and collected relics, albeit in a slightly more exciting fashion.
Yeah.
He's also an archaeologist, I believe. Yeah, here we go. People who earn advanced degrees in archaeology often work within the department of anthropology. It's a subfield of.
Related.
Yeah.
So I asked her, do you know if there might be an anthropologist anywhere in this city?
Yeah. We don't have a lot of historians lately. Library would be a good place to start, although it's in the old temple. I think it's being used for the den mothers, because they should be having a meeting, I think today or tomorrow.
Mothers? Who are the
I'm
den mothers?
sorry. I was reminiscing. Yes, the den mothers. Well, when we were, still Loth worshippers, we had our own dens, which is what they're called now still, and the dens were ruled by the den mothers as the ladies at the top of the hierarchy, and nowadays, as we've pulled away from worship of the Spider Queen, we still follow many of the old customs because that is our way of life, but so we still have den mothers. I think. Let's see. I think there's one who's not a woman, and I remember it was quite a scandal when that happened. I don't know if he's still alive. I hope so. Yes. So we're mostly still a very matriarchal society. So we have den mothers, and then oh goodness, what was his name? They have a man, the first male drow to not only not be a slave, but also be a leader of an entire den of his own. So yes, very progressive compared to 300 years ago, which is a very long time for even me. I'm sorry, I was rambling. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, not at all. I only wish that you get get some proper rest.
Thank you. I'm almost done with this. If you wouldn't mind, there's a sign next to the door. You could hang it up to show that the shop is closed. If you
Sure
could do that
thing.
for me, that would be wonderful.
I turn
you.
the open sign to closed.
You speak Undercommon, right? I think you do.
Yeah, I think I do.
You
Yeah.
do. So yeah, you recognize which is which. Make sure the closed side is facing outwards, and then you quickly
What is it?
open the
What
door
is
to exit.
that in Undercommon though?
I am not going to make language systems. I just know what they're called.
I just imagine it's words backwards.
That is interesting. That's an interesting idea.
Because it's common, then undercommon.
It's upside
So
down.
just yeah. So just say words backwards.
Undercommon
Yeah.
up upside down like at a mirror. You can understand it.
Right?
But it's been like a close kept secret somehow. Nobody's figured it out.
Because they're stupid. So I'm gonna head back out and head back towards the palace looking thing.
Just imagine that. Well, I can't read.
The sign can't stop me because I can't read. So I go back down the path and I go down the other path with like the palace looking thing.
Walk down the main path towards this palace temple. And there are much fewer people out here, although there are still some, but you notice that the houses gain a more graceful, serene look. Very much with that spider design. With webs, silver webs, kind of acting as gates. That sort of spider aesthetic in so much of the architecture around you. And and as you get closer, you notice the streets become quieter and quieter with less and less people roaming around. And you start getting to people who are just kind of sitting. There are very, very wide lawns with little pools, or in the front of their houses, with their children playing. Some of them are like strumming instruments. They notice you walking by. They just kind of give you a
See
little
any
glance.
guards?
There are guards, rather sparsely placed, like maybe one at the corner of each block. Or basically, each house is basically a block, so there's like two guards at the corners of one guard at the corner of each. No, sorry, two guards at the corner of each. Does that make sense? Yeah, two guards at the corners of each house. There's one on one side, one on the other side, and then every house has that. So there are guards here, quite noticeably, all female drow, dressed in very standard armor. You notice that they have like the symbol of a spider on their chest, but you notice it's been very heavily scuffed out. Like someone took sandpaper to it and tried to sand off the imagery, and kind of half succeeded. It looks like it's marred. It's not completely gone. It looks like you could tell it's almost purposeful how they mar the image without completely removing it. They just kind of stand there and they watch you. They don't move, but they watch you with their eyes as you go by.
I'm gonna approach one of the guards.
You're like 8 feet. So most of the guards are like pushing 6 or 7. They still kind of have to look up at you slightly. Just like, help you?
Yes, I heard there was I heard there was a hotel here somewhere. Could you point me in the direction?
Eyes widen slightly. You've come the wrong way if you wanted to go to the major hotel. This path leads to the temple of the high priestesses and den mothers. You would have to go back to the main streets, and once you go the main, you hit the first intersection, take a left. and that will take you to a large building with the silver and gold web on the front of it. That is the major hotel. But if you are not a member of the Den Mother's entourages, I'm afraid you would not be allowed in under normal circumstances, especially on today.
Is the temple open? This temple, I mean, like I
They-
point at the palace.
Yeah, they kind of like look towards it. The Den Mothers, I believe they're not slated to arrive for a little bit longer, so you get there. If there is some service you need a priestess to perform for you, I believe you might really be able to make it. But once the Den Mothers arrive, you will need to exit the premises.
Ah, I see. Well, good day to you.
Day.
So I go back down the path and head towards like where they said.
You go down the main street, hit that intersection, and you get almost like shoved away as like people are kind of backing up, and a very large parade float passes by, showing what looks vaguely familiar form of a wyvern, but very clearly made of just like paper mache and other
And illusions.
different parts, just kind of illusions, kind of just colorations to kind of give that illusion of a large creature gently beating its wings and looking from side to side as it
I'm half
passes by
tempted
on
to
the
use
float.
pyrotechnics.
No.
Please don't.
Fine.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh no.
I'm not there.
Oh my god. The voice of reason have joined the chaotic person.
Okay, alright, okay. So,
Suddenly,
I cast
suddenly
pyrotechnics.
Okay, what do you do?
Suddenly the
Let's see.
stable one is saying, "Do it."
It's
flow
too
through
late.
you.
Umnia, fireworks or smoke?
Fireworks. It's a festival.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
fireworks.
I'm not actually there though. I'm mostly
Yeah.
memeing.
No.
This will be linked back to us. Yay.
Meta pigeon. This is the work of
I'm
meta
just gonna
pigeon.
give them some entertainment.
This is entirely Mishuda. Ciota is not affiliated with that.
This is definitely not going to backfire at all. Like
So what are you doing with pyrotechnics?
maybe a bad
I'm
roll.
just giving them a little fireworks show, and then
No,
I'll
adding
be
a
on
little
my
bit
way.
too much.
The target area explodes with a dazzling display of colors. Each creature within 10 feet of the target must succeed on a con save or become blinded. Are you doing it in the air or on the ground?
I'm doing it in the air.
No.
I'm doing it like above them.
Make a performance check.
This is definitely going to go wrong.
Don't jinx it.
Next.
Ah!
You wait. You point up in the air, mutter the words to start the spell, and you time it
Yeah.
just so that once the wyvern raises its head and seems to like roar, and it gives there's little more illusions that give it that kind of rumbling, echoing sound, similar to what you heard in the Wastes not too long ago. You cast pyrotechnics, and a massive blossom of flame in the same coloration as the wyvern's scales pop in the air around it in sequential order as the creature seems to roar and the crowd goes fucking nuts. Everyone's enjoying it, and as the wyvern eventually passes and the
They'll never
crowds
know it
go
was
back,
me.
the crowds go from squashed against the edges of the street to more relaxed, so you're actually able to move again.
They'll never know it was me. Okay, so I'm going down towards the hotel.
You continue downwards in the direction, and you do find more kind of. You notice on the left side of you there are a couple booths. Well, there's booths on either side of the street. More on the left side, and as you come across this massive building, you notice that on your entire right side, the buildings here look very much like they might be warehouses or storage spaces. And you come across this large building with that exact same silver and gold web on the front facade of it. And you gather that this must be the hotel. People steer clear of the entrance. Like, there's a good, 10-foot gap from the entrance that people tend to not enter. Occasionally, some people do go in, but those individuals do look very more strictly dressed than others as they enter.
Strictly?
Very most of the partygoers here are wearing loose kind of clothing, very silken and very airy, and as they kind of move around and the air and the crowded place, you do notice the clothing kind of billows and opens up rather revealingly on some of them. Again, it's like their style here is very loose silken robes, nothing very tight. These individuals seem to wear very form-fitting clothes, very strictly made, and they hold themselves with a very stiff posture. Some of them, not all of them, but most of them, as they enter the space. They have a more
Like me.
severe look.
Like me.
A person who's covered in cloth and goggles. But yes.
Okay, so what do I see? What's going on?
No, like I said, mostly revelers and the occasional person who's just kind of walking up towards the entrance, just going in. They don't seem there's no one really stopping them at the door. Don't even see guards at the outside, so either they're inside or there's just none.
There's no guards. It looks like.
Not on the outside.
Who's outside?
People. I said the guards do not seem there seem to be no guards outside, and then you said what?
Who is outside?
People. Lots of people.
So I can't go in, right?
I mean, you could certainly go towards it and see.
I'm gonna go around the building.
There's so many people. Are you gonna go around the streets, or are you gonna try to slip in an alleyway?
Streets first.
Yeah,
Street smart.
yeah. There's tons of people on the streets. Every street is people. So there doesn't seem to be a side entrance though to this building. It seemed to be that main front entrance. You see windows, and you see a very large, almost floor-to-ceiling series of windows. You can see these elegant and well-dressed drow individuals sitting or chatting, maybe dancing, eating at tables. Waiters serve them food, and you can see an opened kitchen bar where the chefs are busy cooking for the throng.
As it's fun.
Yeah, what the?
Inside
okay, anyways.
the hotel's
so
pretty
I'm
big.
gonna-
So
I'm-
inside the hotel, there's a throng of drow.
Heck is a throng.
Lot. It's like a crowd.
Just think of like a line of people. The deal.
It's a line of people.
Translation: a shit ton of people.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Oh.
investigate an alleyway next to the hotel.
The alleyways are very quiet. People don't really go in them, as far as you've noticed. People don't really go into the alleyways unless they're trying to, vomit. And besides, the party is on the streets, so the alleyways are pretty empty, save for maybe a couple people who seem to have passed out drunk, or just kind of sitting there and gazing up at the multitudinous fungi that kind of mimic the appearance of stars in the cave's ceiling.
So I don't see anything in the alleyways.
Well, in the alleyway directly behind the hotel, you do notice some doors leading into the other storage unit sort of spaces, and you do notice what seems to be a large set of double doors leading into the back of the hotel.
Can I peer in?
Walk towards it and peer in.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, you can. You walk towards it, enter the alleyway. Then again, the sound from the streets is still loud. There's no noise dampening here at all. It's just people, that don't want to be moving around as much do walk here. You walk through, head towards the back door, just kind of look in. and you don't see anything in the hallways. Like it's fairly empty hallways. There's a couple waiters. It looks like your staff members walking around with trays of food or maybe piles of like bedding and towels that are kind of walking back and forth.
Is this like the kitchen? Like, or is it like?
This is the back, so it would lead into the kitchen and probably other storage areas, like a freezer for meat and such.
Alright, how many spell slots do I have left?
A lot.
Oh no.
Okay. So I'm
There,
gonna
we
knock.
are not facing the consequences right now.
I'm gonna knock.
We are not gonna bail you out.
Knock on the large door, and no one seems to notice at the moment. You wait a few seconds, and there's nothing.
Did you cast knock?
No, I just knocked
Okay.
like normal,
I was
like a
like-
normal
Does
person.
he have knock?
That would have been really funny.
Knock.
Actually, no, I think I can cast knock if I chose it, but like I didn't. So
Okay. I was like,
Let's not worry about that right now.
chaos.
Don't give him
As you
knock.
knock, as you knock on the door, you notice it doesn't seem to be closed. Like it doesn't seem to be locked, closed. It looks like something that kind of just swings.
okay. I go in.
You open the doors and you enter. They swing open easily. There's a bit of weight to them, but it's nothing crazy, so you can just open them up. Close behind you, and you're in the back hallways of the hotel.
I'm gonna just walk through silently, nonchalantly, like just.
You're in a T intersection, so there's a left, a right, and a center. Straightforward.
Again, like you
What's
own the
my
place.
end?
You just entered the door. So left, right, or forward.
Just gonna go forward.
Okay.
Just look around.
Going forward, going forward. Well, make a stealth or a stealth check because do you want to be noticed? Are you trying to be unseen?
I'm just walking around. Like I'm just fine.
Oh, just walking around. Well, you
Okay.
managed to walk around without attracting any attention. People seem to be fairly busy. Again, there's not a lot of people back here. So you make your way through, just kind of looking around. You see kitchens, you smell food. You see, again, like what looks like a laundry room. People are cleaning fabrics and the like. It's pretty standard fare. Looks like a bunch of people doing their jobs.
So where am I going as I'm walking forward?
I mean, if you keep walking forward, you will eventually get to the front. There are other hallways that seem to lead to more doors, but nothing's like labeled. There's no big like this is the laundry room, this is the boiler room. You just kind of like all here. The staff just kind of walk around like they know where they're going.
Okay, so when I walk out of the kitchen / laundry room stuff, like where do I end up?
So if you keep going forward, you eventually end up in the just like in the actual lobby of the place. And you see right in front of you is kind of like the counter, I guess clerk, the word for it, or concierge. Is that the term I'm looking for?
Yeah, it should probably be more fitting.
Caretaker. Yes. Yeah. Largely, concierge kind of just sitting there and taking people's reservations and such.
I look around the lobby.
Anything specific in mind, or just looking?
I'm just looking around. Like, what else is there besides the concierge stand?
Let's see. What perception check from me? Sure, why not?
This is like the most chill session we've had, by the way.
Don't say
People
that.
seem to be fucking not even knocking on wood. It's too late, by the way. Enjoy. your death. No, you just look around and people seem fairly calm. Again, there's that level of ostentatiousness to the place. There are many gold decorations and silvers, elegant designs. Some of them reminiscent of spiders and the like, but some of them have a more floral pattern to them. You notice well-dressed individuals holding themselves stiffly. The music, you can't hear the festivity outside. You just hear the gentle piano sounds as people are playing music, or maybe sometimes the piano ends. You arrive right as the piano ends, and then a live band comes up, a series of bards that just gently play different instruments together. It's a very relaxing atmosphere.
Does that mean the music should change?
Should, but I don't really have anything right now.
It should, but it would not.
It should, seriously.
So demanding.
Do
Jeez.
you want me to find something for you?
Just mute the music and pull up something on YouTube.
Change
want
the
me to-
music now. I demand it.
Ah,
I can find
Armor,
something for
break
you. if you
all
need something.
immersion you have. Lose all focus. Pull up fucking YouTube.
no, I'm gonna play DMX.
Gonna play what?
Oh, you're too young.
Yes,
Anyway.
too much for
No, I
that.
didn't hear what you. I didn't hear
We'll
what
say
you
the
said.
piano.
DMX.
We'll say the piano continues. We'll say the piano continues for
I
now.
didn't
Play
hear what you
Slayer.
said.
I said DMX.
Oh.
Don't say oh like you know what it is.
Probably does. Anyways, yes, it's a very relaxing atmosphere.
Okay. So who's checking
Slayer's
in? Like,
playing
is
in the
anyone checking
background.
in right now?
Oh, there's some people who. There's a couple people who are definitely walking up and quickly signing their name on a piece of parchment in front of, on a book, in a ledger, Jesus, in front of the concierge, before being handed a small key that they seem to be held underneath the countertop, before going off to join either eating or drinking or going off to their rooms.
I just go upstairs.
Let's see. Another stealth check as you are now actively in the middle of people. You walk out of the table, out of behind the desk, and walk around, and almost instantly, there's a guard by the staircase that just looks at you. They zone in on you because you were not dressed like a noble, and they walk up. Oh, they're chin at you. What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to check in?
Apparently forgot the dress code. What are you doing here?
Well, this is the episode Mashuda dies.
I just thought I could get a room here. Is that alright?
Sorry, no, this is a special event, and we can't really have anyone who's not made a reservation. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Come on, and they kind
Can
of
I?
gesture for
can I
you
at
to
least
turn
get a-
around.
Alright.
Walk behind you. They have a spear in their hand, but they're just using it like a walking stick. Like they're not pointing it at you or anything. They're just kind
Also, I'm
they
using
walk
my
you
weapon as a
through.
walking stick.
Right? They just walk right directly behind you as you go through the front lobby, and a couple people kind of look over, take note of your head to toe coverings. It's just kind of like some of them scoff, and they go back to their whatever conversations they were having previously. The soldier just kind of, all right, go on.
Yo guys, what time is it?
For me, it's about midnight, but I don't know. I took a couple naps, so I'm fine.
Like 8 till 11 for us.
10 till 11 for me.
Central.
It's barely 10 o'clock for me. 9:50.
Okay,
People
so I guess I just go out of the hotel.
You go out of the doors, and they kind of poke their head out. It's like, get it. A lot of people want to stay here, but not today. If you want to come back and you have proper clothes, you're more than welcome to make a reservation. Enjoy the festivities, and then
Kind,
close the door behind them and
kind
go
of,
back in.
kind of clothes what I need.
Oh, they already closed the door behind them. You can imagine
Oh,
they're
cool.
probably referring to the very, very
High
ostentatious,
class.
high
Hey,
class.
Can I use alter self like that? Does that work like that?
Alter self specifically turns your body into either a weapon.
That changes my appearance.
Not that severely though. Alter
Can't
self.
change my clothes.
Form
That would be
when
a
you cast the
disguise.
spells. Yeah, cast alter self. You either get an aquatic adaptation. Wait, no, hold on. Change
I see. That's what
appearance.
I'm looking
You
at.
decide what you look height, including your height, weight, facial features, sound of voice, hair length, coloration, distinguishing characteristics of any. Does not change your clothing though. You could use alter self, but you would need to change your clothing.
All right. Okay, well, I look around the hotel. Is there anything else that I might have missed?
Nothing really from the outside. You don't see anything else.
All right. Well. I burned the place down. It's like a question Mashuda asks herself like every day. Like, burn the place down, and should I don't know.
Oh, you're back out. So, back to the room.
Boy.
Does this thing look like it could be burned?
It looks like it's made of stone. Like it was built out of the stone.
Is there like a load-bearing stone?
Not instantly noticeable from outside. That would be
I
a
look for
terrible
one?
design.
If
There
it was
wouldn't
out on
be
the
any
outside, yeah.
outside. That's a terrible design.
I'm just gonna look for one. Can I look for one?
Not from outside.
Wait. Someone. No. Okay. All right. So I walk back down the path.
Towards where?
I'm gonna walk towards the end.
Nothing else seems to happen on the way. There's more revelers and individuals. You do finally end up as you're making your way there. You do finally see one that doesn't look like an elf figure with the pointy ears. That doesn't look like a drow. They have very pale sort of skin.
Drow, really pale sort of skin.
So an elf without the unique drow skin tone. Yes.
All right. So what did they say?
They don't say anything. You just see them walking around, looking around the crowd.
They're looking at anything in specific. Specific.
Well, they're just scanning, making sure everything's all right.
All right. Well. I walk back into the inn and check in with the guys.
Blue is thoroughly done with his barrel at this point. Montblanc's just kind of sitting, leaning back against his chair.
What the
Wildfire's
heck
kind
is
of
Straight? What was Straight doing this whole time?
just straight doing.
Oh, I was just, I don't know. I guess just looking around
I
at
mean,
the
if there was
place.
something you wanted to do during this point in time, I'm more than okay with running for you.
I mean, I guess
Bar fight.
I would
Bar
just get
fight.
like,
Bar fight.
no,
Bar
wouldn't
fight.
I wouldn't be
bar
going that
fight.
far. If anything, I'd probably just be like, grab an ale and then head out to see my moorbounder. And then find it a steak or something like that to feed him.
Very happy.
Maybe
And
name
give
it
them
too
food.
and stop calling it
Like,
the cat.
It's like
Cat.
just like the gift that Nameless sent. Like the feed me and tell me I'm pretty. Forgot to tell it it's pretty straight.
Say, tell me I'm pretty, that would just be like, feed me. Me peasant.
Alright, so I walk back and go inside. Do I even know this straight? Like, do I just walk in?
No, it's pretty easy to spot him. He's in the same spot you left him, just finishing up his ale.
And then I walk over to Lou, like, rough night, buddy.
Whose fault is that?
Yours?
Keep telling yourself that. I hope
Sorry, I
you
didn't
didn't
hear
burn
you.
down any orphanages.
Not yet.
Thankfully.
That's promising.
Why would I burn down the
Very
orphanage?
promising.
That's like the worst thing to do.
You haven't.
So
You
I was
haven't.
an orphan. Why would
case-
I torture the other?
In
Why would I torture
case
the
you
other
haven't
orphans by
noticed, you don't have the most stellar track record when it comes to making good decisions.
Neither do you.
But I am still better than you. And that's saying something.
You think, right? You think that, right?
Man, paladins. Gotta love them. Sorry, I said the wrong voice. Man, paladins. Gotta love them. Anything
Voice
interesting
was
on your
that?
walk? Mont Blanc.
Oh.
Have a rabbit person has decided to join you guys. Her name is Mont Blanc.
Mott blank.
Look like this.
Look like this.
Kind of
Yes.
derpy. A little bit.
Derp.
Google.
Anything interesting?
Not really. Just on a walk. Drove Lou crazy
Looks are
by
good.
doing nothing.
Looks are good. It's there kind of
Weird.
kicking
I can
his feet
drive him
against
crazy by doing the simplest things, just by going on a walk. You know. Like,
It's
Great
not
for
the
clearing your
walk
head.
that scares me. It's what you all have been doing in the walk that scares me.
exactly.
Mont Blanc taps Lou's arm. Kinda, I don't ever tell anybody not to worry. You know why?
Uh, no, but I
Why?
get a feeling that
Because when you
have
tell
gone
them not
over.
to worry, it makes them worry. You want the real problem with worrying? If you worry, it means you suffer twice. Chill.
Exactly.
It'll be okay.
Which is why you should let loose. You know, Lou.
Are you going to take responsibility when he, I don't know, bears down a fucking house down?
Oh, if he's causing legal problems. Sorry, wait. Looks you up and down. If they're causing legal problems, they're the one going to jail. I'm fine. If they're hurting civilians, I'm putting them in jail myself. Or you, preferably,
And I
because they're
did
kind of
none
your
of the
companion.
above.
Exactly.
None of the above.
So until then, we're all friends here.
Yeah. Point the crossbow at his head. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. We're down this route again.
Here we
Lou
go.
Lou just
Ownership.
gets up. Lou just gets up, takes out his sword when it's still in his sheath, and just hacks it, smacks Mishuda on the back of the head
I duck.
Flat of the blade.
without the blade. It's still in the sheath.
I duck.
Oh, yes. Get an attack roll, Lou.
Attack!
Oh, should I wait for his attack roll first, or should I?
He gets disadvantage because he dodged.
But does he have advantage because of surprise?
No.
I.
12.
Does not hit. That's underneath it. Ah, you guys must be good friends. Anyway, I think it's almost time to get back, right? Like 15 minutes till. Want to go now, or you want to wait?
When's he coming?
I was just about to say, I think we should go take our stuff from Smith.
Alright, let's go
You
kill a
can
blacksmith.
go get your gear. I will go check on my more bounder and see if they are all right.
Didn't you give gear too?
Nope, we didn't.
You didn't?
Oh,
Smart man.
I saw the ridicule that Lou and his shield had gotten, so I decided to not go through the same
Coward.
experience. It's
Alright,
fine.
so
I don't
I guess we're
didn't need
gonna
anything new
go
to
over
begin with.
back to we're gonna go back over to the blacksmith.
I guess.
And just go ahead, I'll be right back.
Where else?
Mm.
We are making our way through the city to the blacksmith.
Make way back to the platform, head down into the undercity, the lower levels, and make way back to the dreaded blacksmith. You enter, you find her standing in front of her counter, just kind of writing something in a ledger. She looks up. Oh, hey, you're back.
Hello to you too. So,
Let's see. Yep, I remembered. She reaches down, pulls up her muscles strain, and she pulls up a half-sized ingot, holds it onto the, holds it on, puts it onto the counter. Geez, and then she's like, "Okay, so I got half an ingot out of what was left, which is pretty good. Those nuggets were actually pretty high quality. Good on you. I guess you weren't cheated. I got your shit. You wanted the 8 feathers or whatever the fuck." Puts the bag on the table, opens it up, and reveals 8 perfectly sized steel feathers for your shield. I also sharpened it as you had asked, which is a little weird, but whatever. So it is sharpened, polished, not gonna dent anytime soon unless you get hit super fucking hard with it. And it should hold up quite well to whatever you need. And she puts those down. And then, what was it? Oh, right. You, weird person. She points at Meshuda. I made you a crossbow. Made it out of proper metal, so it doesn't melt as frickin' easily. She picks up and puts
What I just
down.
missed.
Oh, she gave Lou back a half ingot and hit the rest of his shield as he asked for. And she plops down a metal crossbow made of shiny metal, polished looking. This is yours. Hope you like it. I would love to see you try to hate it. And just like, go ahead. You take it, and it's metal. It's surprisingly light.
Is it a repeating shot?
You paid 50 gold for a crossbow. She gave you a crossbow. Go ahead and roll your crossbow attack just to look at what happens when you do it.
You mean like actually like attack with it? Okay.
Let's make an attack roll with it.
Does it work? I clicked the die. What the?
Click it too many times.
There we go.
Yay! Does
Click it
extra
twice,
piercing
that's it.
damage.
Woo!
It's a little bit. It'll do. Alright, as for you, she looks at Lou. Okay, so this thing,
Is his
I
shield just
mean,
more polished now?
well, she replaced it entirely from the iron sort of look to it to a more steel, actual proper, in her humble
Oh, I made that.
opinion,
I
steel.
made that shield, so I know it looks badass.
What shield?
Nothing. Nameless knows what I'm talking about.
You didn't make my shield.
My character didn't make it, but like I drew your character for you.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. Anyways, so I say thank you, and like, did I already pay him? Like,
Oh, you already paid me. Anything else you wanted
Okay.
made?
um, hmm. Well, hmm. Uh, I look down at my fists, and do uh, do you have any thing I could use to make proper gloves?
You want like gloves or you want gauntlets? Cause I'm not a leather worker.
Uh, sort of gauntlets, just something that can enhance my fists.
I can make you a pair of gauntlets. I mean, oh, it's not too hard. Uh, that's like what, 15 gold? 10. Yeah, 10 gold pair of gauntlets. Give me like an hour. Unless you want it like made of some special material and shit. Like, she holds up
What
the
you got?
half adamantium ingot from Lou. She's like, well, your friend had me melt this down so I could use this, or I could just grab some from the back, although that'll cost you more because, you know, that's my stash. So he lets you
What's
use
in the
this
back?
thing. I got I got iron, steel, mithril, adamantium, platinum, fucking electrum, which is really weird shit. I don't like working with it, but if you want to enchant it, it's nice.
Hang on,
Stuff like
out
that.
of character. What is Electrum?
It is a type of metal that is, in this world at least, very rare but very conducive to enchantments. So enchantments on it are easier and sometimes more potent because it can hold a little bit more juice than most other stuff.
I okay. First, I turn to Lou and say, "Can I use this?"
Nope.
You just immediately say no.
Yep.
Yep, instant no.
It's a very strong no. Okay. Uh, well, all right. I'll take the Electrum, but could I give you a hand with it so that makes the work easier?
No. You're not touching my stuff.
Good enough. All right. Do you need my
Alright.
measurements or something?
Sure. She grabs a tape measure. Just put your hands on the counter, take the gloves off, all that.
Right? Like I just like present my hands like a hand model, like this.
Takes measurements of each of the the width of the palm, general finger widths, writes it down.
While you guys
Full.
are doing that, how much did my shield increase? The one?
So, so before when you, so before it was a +2, which was a normal for shields. Now it's total of +3. So it's better.
Cool.
She said it would be. So you have a better shield. And it's the
Nice.
same rough weight. It's nice and comfortable. Feels like nothing changed.
All right. So, all right. So I'm gonna, all right. I'm gonna go find straight. And oh wait, pay for the gauntlets first, and then go find straight. Okay, so where is he?
Starts with you guys, I think.
Oh, he
No,
went
No,
somewhere else,
I
I
decided
thought.
to stay away from that. I was like, I'll
Fuck all that noise.
still be like near the inn, but I was gonna tend to my moorbounder and see if there was anything else I could get them. Also, I forgot that I already asked this before, I believe, but what was the fucking my moorbounder male or female? I forgot.
It was
I
me.
think I discovered that long ago. Remember that?
Yeah, I just can't remember what the fucking answer was.
Want to make an animal handling check?
Look
Alright,
under
here we
it.
go again.
Flip the cat.
I'm not gonna flip over a big ass cat like that. I'm good.
Yeah, you're
Well,
I
animal
think you're the
handling.
smallest out of all of us.
No, that's the other.
No.
God damn it.
You're
That's about right.
Yep.
Does it scratch you or something? Like,
It's a shame.
It doesn't
You're more
want
bound.
you to know.
You give your moorbounder pets and love and food. And you kind of like peek under, and the moorbounder's like, oh, turns to look at you, very offended and confused.
What the
Ears
fuck are
pressed
you
against its
doing?
head.
What the
Oh my
fuck are you
God.
doing? Get off me.
Exactly.
Sorry.
It's like the hell.
oh, get. Oh, no, like. Okay, yeah, you're right. All right. So do I have straight in my sights?
Yeah. You get back
Far
and
is
you
he?
see him.
And how far
Near
is he?
he's by the inn. He's just kind of interacting with his
Is
moorbounder.
there any people in the street?
Moorbounder is still looking rather distrustful of him, but it's slowly going back to normal.
Is there
I
any
give
people
my
in the street?
moorbounder some steak that I have. At least like a chunk of meat I have.
Is there any people in the street?
Yeah, because I have at least 4. I
Yeah, there's
bought.
people all over the place.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk over to him.
Here
I'm
you
gonna
go.
take
Just
his.
a
I'm
chunk of
gonna
meat.
take his crossbow, and I'm gonna shoot him with it.
Okay then.
Isn't
Wow.
Mashuda oriented?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Mashuda is
Okay,
not
so-
chaotic good or anything. She's just chaotic. That's it.
I am
I think
chaotic
it's just
good.
chaotic neutral.
Chaotic
Chaotic
sure
good.
good
about that.
burns down
I'm chaotic
hotels.
good. I have a moral
Shoots
ethics
me in the
code.
ass.
I don't do
She's
things
not,
for the sake of
like
doing
I
things.
said, she's not chaotic good, neutral, or
Like
anything.
steal
She's just
you're
the embodiment of
Chaotic
chaos.
neutral.
She's
A
the
chaotic
embodiment
neutral.
of the chaos.
I'm the mad scientist out of all y'all. Of course I'm chaos.
I'd vote randomly stealing things, assaulting your teammates, and threatening to burn down a hotel on like borderline evil items that you do.
I didn't threaten anyone.
Are you?
Oh, you have not
that?
threatened anyone in character. You've just done so out of character.
Yeah,
I didn't actually threaten anyone out of character. Who did I threaten out of character?
The hotel.
No, I was
So you
deciding.
said Mashuda was thinking about it.
Yes, but she
The
didn't
very
actually
fact she
threaten
was
anyone.
thinking about it was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Okay, so how do I roll for his crossbow?
it's a basic crossbow. It's
Probably the
I
same.
know,
I mean,
but-
just roll your it rolls your crossbow, but just don't ignore the second damage type.
Alright, well, did that hit?
17
no,
hit.
did not. Did not.
The 17 doesn't. The
You get-
17 doesn't
off.
hit.
Does not hurt. Does not hit him. You get a spider senses tingle moment. Your moorbounder quickly jerks to the side. You turn around. You see a crossbow aimed at you, ping, and you instantly just kind of like, fuck, and hit the deck as the crossbow bolt sails over your head, and a lot of people
Alright,
back
then
away.
I'm gonna walk over to him and then just whack him with his crossbow.
Make an attack roll.
Do you really want me to? Okay, I
How about I
guess we're
make
gonna
an
fucking do
attack
this.
roll if I'm not firing it?
Making an
Can I do
attack
my
roll.
disarming
'Cause
roll
You're
or,
hitting him. You
or
certainly could.
evasive footwork?
Yeah. Paunch. Either
I
even a
mean, it
roasted chicken.
doesn't hit either.
Still doesn't hit. Again, he's
Yeah.
standing up, you come over and give him a quick punch, and you just kind of like
Wait, but hang
dodge.
on, because of my monk level, I get to do it twice. Okay, yeah, still doesn't hit.
No, you don't.
You don't have a fucking monk level.
Do. Everyone is questioning their life decisions now. As you start attempting to brawl with Straight, who is casually dodging all of your attacks, just hear, what the fuck?
I do my disarming
As
attack, I
the
guess.
Well, I'm just gonna drop it at his feet. I'm just gonna drop it on him.
you hear, hey, what is going on here? As you
I
finally
guess if
drop the
not, I'm just gonna
crossbow.
grapple
The-
you.
I'm
and
returning his.
throw you, I
I'm
guess.
returning his weapon.
As the non-Dro elf that you had just barely noticed earlier is kind of wandering in the direction, and now that they're actively like, hey, what's going on? You see, again, very pale elfin figure. It's an almost over-the-top sort of like,
Over the top. How over the top are we talking?
very over-the-top sort of clothing decisions that don't leave much to imagination. Kind of walk up and like sashay towards you. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you fighting in my city? What are you doing?
Am I there or where am I?
You eventually come back and you just see a feminine
I'm gonna
shape
make a
standing in
charisma
front of
saving
Meshuggah.
throw real quick. Is it wisdom or charisma saving throw?
Is
Versus
the
you?
dexterity saving throw as I attempt to not punch you.
Oh my fucking god. Meshuda, what have you done?
What have you done?
I was returning his weapon.
How were you turning
By
your...
trying to hit me with it, and then
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hit me with it.
guessed.
Yeah, looks you up and down. A person covered in cloth, like a suspicious person. I'm gonna have to ask you to chill out, or I'm gonna have to take you in to jail. Okay?
And you are...
I'm one of the guards for this place, so I don't know who you are, sir, but I would thank you very kindly for not stepping in my business. So,
Actually,
if you're gonna attack people...
No, I'm not gonna step on your business. I'm going to introduce
Let's
myself.
save
I'm
against your
new Stonefast. I'm
Let's save against her prettiness.
Only you know this. What are you saying, Lou?
I'm Lou Stonefast. I'm a scout, and she
Okay.
is unfortunately one of my team. And if you be so kind to take her to prison for about a day, that would be so good. So maybe she will chill out after that.
She gives you side eye and just kind of looks at you. She has very long lashes. She kind of looks at you between. She's like, okay,
Oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
y'all are weird. Look, don't cause any more problems, okay? It's kind of a
just
big
been
day.
weirder.
We don't need any of this. So, stop. This is your one warning. Because visitors deserve a warning. But I'm not going to be nice to you if you're going to keep messing around and doing things that disturb the peace or result in
You
injury.
mean we have told her many times to stop and chill out. She doesn't.
Okay, not many times. You've
She
told me
kind of
once.
tilts her head away from Lou and holds a hand up. She's like, look, I don't care about what happened before she entered. Whatever. Entered
don't know.
Qigong. I only care about what
You
you're
don't
doing
know
in the city.
what gender I
If
am?
I'm sorry, but you are very heavily clothed. You just look like a humanoid shape. There's anyway. I don't care what you did before you entered the city. I care about what you're doing now. So this is your warning. Don't cause any more problems, I'm gonna have to take you in. Okay? Okay. I
Oh
walks away.
my gosh, Mashuta's a lesbian, so like this is unfortunate.
Oh my god, please don't do
Like,
anything else.
I
Just
didn't do
chill.
anything. I didn't do anything. I just made a saving throw against her.
Boobies are dangerous.
It's not boobies. Like it's not like that's not a thing of beauty. It's just like anyone can have boobs. Like, okay, uh,
shit.
but
The moment I said sashayed and long eyelashes.
Like, saving throw against cuteness.
throw against beauty is what it is. Like it's not like anyone can have boobs or an ass. Like anyone
Stop
can have that.
explaining
But
the horny and just move
like,
on.
but like yeah,
Stop.
beauty is
Stop
is a
Explaining
thing
saying
you're
in and of
horny and
itself.
just move on.
Not horny. Like I don't
Yeah,
actually
you're
get
horny.
horny that. I
You're
don't get
horny.
horny that much. Like
Stop.
it's not a thing. Like it's
Move on.
Move on. Just move on.
Stop trying to hit on my NPCs.
I didn't do anything. I
Say
literally
Mishita
just made a
finds her
saving
Thought
throw.
attractive.
about it. You thought about
No,
it.
no, I just made a saving throw. Literally
Yes,
all I
indeed.
did.
Anyway, I'm just messing with you. Anyways, yes, the individual gives you a warning, walks off. You find Straight is standing in front of his moorbounder, mildly confused, possibly frustrated. His moorbounder is looking even more confused and frustrated.
Yo, Mashida, what the fuck,
Because
man?
I was
I was returning his weapon
I was
since I
trying to
got a
feed him.
better one.
Well, let's take care of him, and all of a sudden I get attacked by what I believed to have been a friend, but okay.
I think it wasn't me though.
Shuda, what was all that for?
I was returning your weapon since I got a better one.
By
Attacking me.
attacking?
What else would I do?
I chose not to throw you on the ground because I believed you to be an ally. A complete misunderstanding on your part.
Okay.
Remind me to never give any weapons of mine to her.
Please tell me why you took my crossbow to begin with.
Because the blacksmith threw mine in a vat of lava, and I got this better one. So never mind.
Blank pops up. Wow. These really suck.
And
You
your
know, you could have
reason
just
for slapping
asked
me
him.
earlier was
Wait, you really think I could have just asked?
Yeah,
The way you
asked.
guys trust, with the way you guys trust me.
You're not helping your point.
You're not helping
you
yours either.
asked, might actually try to think about giving you weapons, but after that, I'd really say I'd enjoy giving you my sword just to be stabbed in the back with it.
Okay, I wouldn't stab you in the back. That's so boring.
But you just tried to shoot me in the back with my
No,
crossbow.
I tried to shoot you in the shoulder. That's different.
It's still the back. I was not turned towards you. I was lucky that you missed. That's not blank. I understand.
Does anyone else see that?
Yeah, it zoomed real close to Mont Blanc.
I look over at Montblanc. What are you writing?
Judging. It's just judging.
I
Don't worry about it. Just
yeah,
keep doing
I
what you're
would
doing. It's
still
real
like to
entertaining to
understand
watch.
why you
Oh
why
yeah,
you
I
slapped
assume it
me
is.
and then took
I'm just
my crossbow.
I'm just making friendly conversation.
Friendly conversation by showing up and trying to shoot me once again.
I think you should focus more on your rightfully angry companions than on the person who is supervising your performance as a scout.
I forgot
Just
that's
a
what
thought.
you are. I thought you were just with us now.
And that's
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to be with your team.
and
I'm
that's
saying I
why
regret my decision.
we are having problems. You know why I am always angry?
As
That's
you
why.
decided to take a prisoner.
And I'm regretting it. I'm really thinking
you are.
about just throwing you in a prison and just move on.
I know. I know.
This is your last warning. Next time you do something shitty, especially to someone that is on my team and is not fucking borderline crazy like you are going to prison. That's it. If I don't kill you myself.
Ew.
Shoot, I would still like your reasoning on why you slapped me and then took my crossbow.
And then proceeded to
You
try to
said,
shoot
"Shut
me and
up,
then punch me
woman."
twice.
You said,
again.
"Shut up, woman."
I never said that.
That was
One of you did.
that was Nightshade. That wasn't straight. That was out of character.
Oh.
You meted so hard.
Oh.
You went the wrong way.
He made that so hard. He ended up hitting someone character because they said something.
I don't even
I look
think
at
I don't
Lou
even think
assuming
that
it
was
was
directed
him.
at like anybody either. That might have just been like a quote or something that I said because I still don't believe I said shut up to anybody in particular.
Look at Lou assuming it was him.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna break my temporarily forced sobriety and grab myself a drink while you guys sort out your problems. Okay? I'll be
I'm
back.
coming with you. I'm coming with you.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
have at
dealing with
least,
this
like-
shit.
I'm not getting drunk. I'm just getting one drink. You're gonna get
I'm
drunk. I
sorry.
saw
Okay,
that
alright,
barrel.
alright,
I
alright.
saw
So
what you
what
did
are
to
we-
that barrel.
What are we even supposed to be
What's
doing right
left
now?
of
Like,
it.
we're just.
Do you
waiting
think
for the,
I
like-
can deal with this shit when I'm sober?
Don't think you want to be sober right now, and I'm telling
No,
you, you should be
I'm
sober
always-
in case you
I'm always
also
going
do
to be
something.
sober, so like I deal with everything.
Oh, that's why you have me around to be sober for you.
I mean, I
love
could
you.
also put you to sleep. I give wonderful lullabies.
I doubt that.
I need it after this.
You'll
Speaking of
see
which,
soon
like,
enough.
does anyone like need to go to sleep soon? Like, just like it's almost like 12:30 for me. Just
We can end it here. But
no, I'm
you
like
want.
I'm fine. Like I gotta wake up at 5 and
No, we have been playing for what, 3 hours right now? Let me
I don't
check.
know.
2.5. Wait, yeah, 3. Wait, did you just say it's 12:30 and you don't have to wake up till 5? You kind of need to sleep.
It's we have been playing for
A
2
grown
hours
boy.
and 46 minutes, so I'd say if DM is okay with it, we just finish it here. Pick up next week.
I mean, like
I
just
mean,
need
we
to wait for the
almost
black.
made it through.
I mean, like I just need. Yeah, like I can keep going.
I think for your own mental
Who
health,
needs
you should
sleep?
go sleep.
Like
Yeah, we
I
just,
Come on.
think you should sleep.
yeah, sleep is
Um,
important. I'm just gonna
We
say to
almost.
straight if you're okay, man. Are you injured anywhere?
No, I'm fine.
No, because
I
he's
was
a
lucky that
damn
she
genius.
missed, but
Okay then, let's just go to sleep again.
What if I
Then
never even what if I didn't even aim at him? Like I just aimed next to him. Like I didn't even try to hit him.
Could have aimed next to him, but you clearly said I attack him with the crossbow.
yeah,
And
you
then you say I
clearly
get
said
closer
I
and
shoot
punch
at
him.
him.
and if even if you like shoot at like next to him, like
if I fail
why?
at shooting next to him, does that hit him?
Would
No, 'cause
possibly
you're
hit my
shooting at
more
him.
bounder.
You're shooting at him. Oh, that would be worse. You're shooting at a
Yeah.
mobile target.
I can't do anything about that if that happens.
All right. Well, anyways, I guess we're ending. So.
Thank y'all for playing.
Thank you for
Good night,
DMing.
good night, everybody.
Hey,
Rumbar, don't have a hangover.
We almost had a full session where no attacks
I'm
were made.
sorry. I didn't.
Almost had a
Almost.
session where no
It
attacks
was
were
a-
made.
I
It
told
was
you we
with a
can keep
misunderstanding.
going. I can survive
Almost
on
made
3
it.
hours of sleep.
You almost made it.
We
I told you
almost had it.
I can survive on 3 hours of sleep. We can keep going.
Okay,
No.
5 hours sleep sounds even better. Good night.
Bye.
Fine.
Go to sleep, man.
Good night. Thank y'all for playing.